This presentation is copyright Neversink Media Group and may not be recorded or otherwise distributed without the express written consent of the owner of the broadcast.
The following is a special presentation of Light 106.9 in cooperation with the Delaware Valley Athletic Department. This is Light 106.9, your home for Delaware Valley sports.
Someone said football, so I come running.
It's Friday night. Turn on the lights and let's get ready to rumble. Who's ready for some football?
Are you ready for some football?
It's the Warriors football countdown to kickoff. Let's go to the field for the play-by-play. Here's Jake Graziano and Craig Brown.
It's the District 2 Class 5A championship game as tonight Light 106.9 presents Delaware Valley High School football. The Delaware Valley Warriors, who have won 8 straight games and are also going for an 8th straight district title, they're taking on the 7-4 Abington Heights Comets at Warriors Stadium right here in Milford. With Gavin Burt producing back in the Light 106.9 studio, and alongside Craig Brown, I'm Jake Graziano. We thank you for joining us tonight for the Warriors countdown to kickoff. About 25 minutes away from getting this one started. And Craig, let's first look back on last week's game, the district semifinal. Delaware Valley 42-7. They take down the Patriots of Pittston area. 35-0 was the halftime score, and it was more of the same from what we've seen from DV over the last really month and a half. Dominance up front on both sides of the ball, and some very effective running from Ryder Machado.
Yeah, it's funny. I read the comments of Pittston coach Nick Barberi, who was at one time the defensive coordinator here at Delaware Valley before he went to Pittston, and he said, Delaware Valley's a very good football team, and they didn't need our help tonight, but we gave it to them.
Yeah.
So their first, I think it was the first 2 possessions, they turned the ball over deep inside their own territory. So, Delaware Valley took advantage, obviously, and, 6 minutes into the game, it's 21-0. So it's tough. Look, Pittston was the clear underdog going into it to begin with, and they certainly didn't need to help the Warriors out, but they did. I did watch some of the film of that game. I came away from it with, I thought the run game was very solid. I thought Delaware Valley did a really nice job up front. I thought the pass game looked a little sloppy. So they're going to have to work on that. They could have run for 500 yards last week probably if they wanted to. Mm-hmm. Obviously, there's no need to do that. But I do think, we do need to see some improvement probably in the passing game this week. Because they're going to need it moving forward at some point. They're not going to be able to make a deep run into the state playoffs without being balanced on offense.
Yeah, there's some numbers I want to hit on. First, let's focus on that passing game because it is a legitimate criticism. DV's been playing great, but if they're going to get where they want to go, which involves winning tonight and really winning next week too, I think that was kind of the goal probably coming into the season. Not only win a district title, but win a state game.
Yep.
This group is good enough to do that. You can't go 4 of 10 for 34 yards passing. When you get out of this area, you have to be able to throw the ball a little bit, and we've seen them be capable of doing that at times, but last week not so much, and there have been some drops. There have been some balls that are a little bit underthrown too. Something that DV has to clean up, and probably something they'll be looking to do here tonight.
I mean, I will say, in the games this year in District 2 where you knew, hey, you need your A game to win, right? Your Valley Views, your preps.
Yep.
The passing game was solid. I thought they were really, really good. They were well balanced on offense in those big games where they really needed to show up. So you hope that, moving forward when you need that, maybe not tonight, but next week or the week after, you're going to get that performance and not necessarily the performance we saw last week.
Let's shift over to the defensive side for a second here. This just jumps right off the page. Pittston area, 24 rushing yards on 20 rushing attempts last week. It's almost unthinkable what the DV defense and that front 7 was able to do. And now we look back on the last 6 weeks. Delaware Valley has allowed just 32 points. 6 of those 32 were allowed on a special teams blocked kick. So the defense has allowed 26 points over the last 6 games.
Yeah, that's that was the sort of the thing that jumped out. We were texting earlier today. The starting defense has given up 3 touchdowns in the last 6 games. I've said this. We've discussed this. I think this is the best team defense that I've seen Delaware Valley put on the field. Maybe not all the best players, but as a whole unit, they've been very impressive. We expected that coming into the year. They have impact players at each level of the defense. I don't believe we expected how good the interior line was going to be this year. But Carter Fauble, Jake Albaugh, they've done so well front. Yeah, Pasquale Ventucci. Those 3 guys in the middle have been special this year, in my opinion. It's just so difficult to run between the tackles against those guys.
Yeah, and if you get by that defensive line, who's waiting for you in the second level? You got Kalitsnik, Brzezinskis, Aiden Black. I mean, it's
Handy.
Colton Handy. It's ridiculous, and that's why that front 7 has been so dominant. And then, you have to give some credit to the secondary, too. Machado, Isolino, the corners, Corey and D'Antono. It's just a really good group. And really, since they got into league play, it's hard to say that you could have played better than they have. The only team in this district that's given Delaware Valley even somewhat of a challenge is Scranton Prep, and of course that was a great game.
Right. No, I agree. I'll say this. So of the 3 levels of that unit, it's the defensive backfield that you have concern with sometimes. And that's why it's so important in these really competitive games that they're going to have going forward that front 7 needs to get home. They can't allow quarterbacks to sit in the pocket and pick them apart. And I think in the big games this year, they've done a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, and Coach talked about that last week. One of the things I asked him pregame was there have been some receivers who've given the defense fits a little bit. Holbert from Wallenpaupack, Fedor for Abington Heights, who's unfortunately out tonight. We'll talk about that more in a little bit. Some of those bigger receivers have had their way with Delaware Valley. Savkov from Valley View caught a couple of deep bombs, too. And Coach said that one of the keys really is that they need to get pressure on the quarterback because there are some problems in the secondary, and the key is getting guys like Aiden Black and Luke Brzezinskis home.
Yeah, so, we're going to see tonight, as you said, we're not going to see Mason Fedor, unfortunately. He is a very talented wide receiver and definitely the number 1 weapon for Nick Bradley. He's not going to have him tonight, but, we'll talk about it later, but Nick's thrown for almost 2,000 yards, so he's all right.
Yeah, this is a good passing attack for Abington Heights. We'll get to that shortly. Right now, we're going to take our first break on the countdown to kickoff. When we come back, we've got our chat with head coach Keith Olsemer coming out of the break. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on Light 106.9.
Get fresh this holiday season with help from Olsemer. Get fresh this holiday season with help from Olsemer's Christmas Tree Farm. Open Saturdays and Sundays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., now through December 24th at noon. Open Black Friday. The tree pricing is as follows. 6 feet to 8 feet, $50, and trees over 8.5 feet, $80 with a coupon. $5 coupons can be from the newspaper or online at olsemerstreefarm.com. Get fresh this holiday season with a fresh cut tree, wreath, or swag from Olsemer's Tree Farm. Exit 17 from Route 84 in Sterling, Pennsylvania. Just follow the signs.
If you've suffered an injury in New York, New Jersey, or Pennsylvania, you need to call the law firm of Zimmerman and Oliger. They have a concentration in personal injury litigation as well as family law and criminal defense. If you need help getting your life back on track, call them at 570-296-7300 or visit tristatetrial.com. The law firm of Zimmerman and Oliger. They are your tri-state trial team.
When the game is on the line, the Warriors count on their coaches to help them come out on top. Just like you can count on the experts at Olsemer Clark Insurance to tackle all your insurance needs. From business to personal, auto to home, Olsemer Clark Insurance has the skill to find the right coverage at the right price to help you protect what matters most. As an independent insurance agency, Olsemer Clark gives you the power of choice. Visit olsemerclark.com. Learn more about how you can protect what matters most to you with the help of Olsemer Clark Insurance.
Hey, it's TC at Action Bikes and Outdoor, hoping that you are having an awesome and active fall season. Our paddling season is winding down, and we are cranking up the bike riding and enjoying the fall foliage. Let us know how we can help you get outside and enjoy it too. We are offering bicycle service packages, rentals, clothing, accessories, and sweet deals on many in-stock hybrid, mountain, gravel, and BMX bikes. Whether you need advice, gear, or service, our super friendly and knowledgeable staff at Action Bikes, located in Port Jervis and Milford, is here and happy to help.
This is Light 106.9, your home for Delaware Valley sports. This is Warriors football on the Light.
Back now on the countdown to kickoff, we're joined by head coach Keith Olsemer. Coach, I want to start with your team's going for an 8th consecutive district title tonight. What does that mean to you? If you can achieve that, what would that mean to this program, this community?
I think it's something that's pretty special. You don't see that happen very often. As a program, we've come a long way over the years, and to be able to have somewhat of sustained success has been really good.
Team standing in the way tonight is Abington Heights, team you defeated a couple of weeks back at the end of the regular season. What's the biggest challenge that they present to you here tonight?
Well, they're well coached. They're going to have a few different wrinkles up their sleeve. Complacency is the biggest fear that I have. We had a great deal of success against these guys a few weeks ago. Our kids aren't stupid. They're an older team. They're a mature team. They know what they did a few weeks ago and how we played against them for the league championship. We had a great week of practice. Our kids are excited for the opportunity to go and play for a district title, and to have the opportunity to have that game at our home field is something that's special, and we're excited to go out and get number 8.
You talked about older, more mature team. I want to give you an opportunity to talk about your senior class. What have they meant to your program, and what has it been like for you to watch them grow over the last couple of years?
Well, first off, it's been an exceptional group and a great group of kids. To watch them mature, is the best way. They come in as young kids, and they don't necessarily understand how everything is supposed to work. They think they know how it's supposed to work. They don't. And by the time they're seniors, they know how it's supposed to work, and they know the expectations. And this group has been special. We always say, we have sayings that leave it better than it was before you got here. And, we have a little bit of success here tonight, and we're going to have a chance to be as good as we've ever been and maybe a little bit better. So, that would hold true to these guys.
Coach, thank you for your time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That was head coach Keith Olsemer joining us here on the pregame show. We'll be right back. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on Light 106.9.
Thinking about selling your home? Call the market-leading real estate experts with an impressive 59 years of experience. Davis Archant Realtors. At Chant in Milford, they prioritize you. There are no hidden costs like tech, marketing, or administrative fees, just transparency and trust. Let them give you a free estimate of your home's value. Choose Davis Archant Realtors, where their goal is to sell your home fast at the best price. Davis Archant Realtors. Call 800-754-5860 or online at chantre.com.
When it's time to eat, it's Primetime Meats in Milford. Primetime Meats has the freshest quality meats with great everyday low prices, so you can make meals your family will love for less. Kenny and his staff can even make cooking recommendations. Primetime Meats also has food to go, including subs, sandwiches, hot lunch items, and more. You can even save time and order online at primetimemeatspa.com. Check out daily and weekly specials online, too. When it's time to eat, it's Primetime Meats in Milford.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Yard by yard, play by play. This is Warriors football on Light 106.9.
Back at Warriors Stadium now, here on the countdown to kickoff. About 9 minutes to go before we get this one started, this district title game between DV and Abington Heights. Let's talk about the Comets now, the challengers in this contest. AH comes in 7-4 on the season. Big improvement over last year's 3-8 campaign.
Could argue that, that win over DV last year, kind of was a real big momentum coming into this season for them.
Yeah, that was late in the regular season last year. Abington Heights comes out to Milford and stuns DV with a 38-13 victory. And yeah, really since then, Abington Heights has been a different program. They're building on that success from late last year, and it's going to be tough for them tonight. Let's be honest. A couple weeks ago, Delaware Valley went to Clark Summit and defeated the Comets 42-7. And now they're going to be without their leading receiver, Mason Fedor. We already alluded to that. Fedor, 862 yards receiving, 11 touchdowns through the air. You could argue he was the best receiver in District 2 this year. You could really argue that. And he's not going to be out there tonight. Separated shoulder that he actually suffered in that game 2 weeks ago against Delaware Valley. But you mentioned it, Craig. They have Nick Bradley, who's one of the best quarterbacks in the area. And so they're not to be taken lightly. This is a good program. Coach Olsmer mentioned it. They're well coached by Coach Joe Repshis. And I think this is a game where, they know that nobody's really giving them a chance. You get to kind of come out here, play loose, and try to shock the world.
Yeah, they have nothing to lose. Nobody in District 2 expects them to win tonight.
Nobody probably expects them to keep it within
Summit.
2 scores.
Correct. So, look you literally have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
If you're Coach Repshis, you're going to pull every trick out of the book that you have. Every card you have up your sleeve, you're going to play it tonight, right? There's no reason not to. Look, there's good football players on that team. Sean Theodore's a solid player, right? Kevin Schmidt, Gavin Anders. These guys are not slouches, okay? Just the fact that Mason Fedor was the dominant player of that group, that doesn't mean these other 3 guys aren't good players. I've watched film on them. I think the key tonight for Abington Heights is they need to get the football out of Nick's hands quick. So it's got to be a lot of quick passes, slants, outs, stuff that he's not having to scramble and sit in that pocket. Anything that's slower developing, it's going to have to be a rollout. But, with 87 and 20 on the outside, it's not always easy to roll out of that pressure. So I think they really need to be able to have a fast, quick-paced passing attack tonight. And I think, I don't know if they have this in their book of tricks or not, but I think if they're able to go with a high tempo, that may behoove them this evening, because if you can get the defense off balance a little bit in a passing attack, sometimes if you go with that quick pace, it's a snowball effect. So we'll see what they have to offer tonight. But, obviously, Nick's a solid quarterback, only a sophomore. We've talked about him for a couple of years. He's committed to Auburn as a pitcher. He's a very good athlete.
Yeah.
Bottom line. And personally speaking, because I've had a lot of interaction with him when he was younger. He's a great kid too. He's not just a great athlete. So that's kudos to his parents, because he's a great kid too.
Yeah, and he really is the leader of this thing, especially tonight without Fedor. He's, you just look at it stats-wise, he's over 2,000 total yards, 25 total touchdowns. He's had a fantastic season.
And he will run the ball.
Yes,
I mean, he's got more carries than anybody else on the team, actually.
Yeah, he does.
So, maybe not more yards on the ground, but, he does have legs and he will use them.
Yeah, and he actually showed that off 2 weeks ago. He was able to get away from Aiden Black kind of incredibly, and he showed off that he has that athleticism to go with a very strong arm. We'll see what Abington Heights is able to do. I think the biggest mismatch tonight is pretty obvious. It's up front. And Abington Heights is going to have a very difficult time against that DV front that we've been talking about. And so that, I agree with you about the up-tempo idea, because you want to maybe try to wear down Delaware Valley as much as you can.
Yeah, look, the most how would I put it? The most tiring thing you can do as a defense is the pass rush. So if you can, like I said, if you can get a quick up-tempo, short passing attack, and you can go no huddle there, it can be very effective. Even if you are not necessarily matching up as well, along the line of scrimmage with the defense.
Warriors have run on to the field. Abington Heights is going to join them here in just a moment. Before we go to break one last time before the start of this game, let's take a quick look at some scores, some games that we're watching from around the area. There aren't that many of them left as we've reached the second week of the postseason, but we've got 2 Class 4A semifinals. Nanacoke will go into Dallas as a heavy underdog, but then a very interesting one on the other side of the bracket, and that's Wyoming area going on the road to take on Valley View.
Yeah, that's a really, really interesting matchup to me. We've had this discussion before. Wyoming area really hasn't played anybody all year other than Southern Columbia, and Southern Columbia is a 2A school. But they have some very good football players on that team. Valley View, very battle-tested. They've played through the entire, relatively battle-tested. I'm not going to say they're like Delaware Valley schedule, but, they play a good schedule. They play Delaware Valley. They played Scranton Prep. They've played some good football teams this year. It'll be interesting to see. I feel like Valley View very much underperformed last week against Berwick. I think maybe they took them a little lightly going into that game. I don't think you'll have that tonight. I think they understand the task at hand. It's just a matter of are they a much better team than Wyoming area or not? I'm leaning to Valley View. I think you were leaning to Wyoming area. It's going to be interesting. I think it's just an interesting matchup.
Yeah, it's going to really speak to what the Wyoming Valley Conference is. If Wyoming area wins that game, it adds some legitimacy. If it's a blowout, then it's kind of tough to take it seriously, to be honest, because that's one of the best teams from that conference this year. We also have Scranton Prep against Western Wayne tomorrow in the 3A title game. That one expected to be pretty lopsided towards the Cavaliers. And also Lackawanna Trail in a Class 1A sub-regional taking on Morrisville. Another game that Lackawanna Trail should be able to handle them pretty easily. And then we have one more game, and it's another real toss-up. Riverside against Dunmore for the 2A championship.
Yeah, that's a very interesting game. Riverside, I don't know. It's interesting. They have not been as pass-heavy this year as they have been in previous seasons. At the end of the day, look, it comes down to, can Riverside slow down Dunmore's running attack? And can Reese Gahn do what Reese Gahn does for Riverside? Riverside's got a lot of great athletes on that team. I don't think they've put it really all together for one game yet this year. It'd be interesting to see if they can kind of get things going there. I thought they played pretty well last week against Mid-Valley. That should be an interesting game. It's definitely one I'll be watching the score for sure.
And we'll be following those scores on NEPAfootball.com throughout the night. Both teams are on the field. We'll take our final break now here on the pregame show. We'll come back with kickoff for you in about 30 seconds. Stick with us. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on Light 106.9.
The Delaware Valley offensive line protects the quarterback and keeps the opponent from breaking in. Just like how the experts at Ulsimer Clark Insurance can help you best protect what you value most in business and in life. Their insurance advisors have a strong passion for insurance, and they treat customers like family. As an independent insurance agency, Ulsimer Clark gives you the power of choice. Visit ulsimerclark.com. Learn more about how you can protect what matters most to you with the help of Ulsimer Clark Insurance.
Warriors football on WYNY Milford, Light 106.9. Yard by yard, play by play. This is Warriors football on Light 106.9.
We are moments away from kickoff here in the District 2 Class 5A title game. Delaware Valley comes in winners of 8 consecutive games. They started the year 0-3. They have not lost since then. The Warriors are 8-3, and they're taking on the 7-4 Abington Heights Comets here at Warriors Stadium in Milford. He's Craig Brown. I'm Jake Graziano. Gavin Burt is producing for us back in the studios. We're excited for this one. DV is going for an 8th consecutive district title. What an accomplishment that would be if they can get the job done here tonight. But the Comets are looking to play spoiler, and they are on the field right now. Abington Heights in an all-white uniform, navy blue numbers and navy blue AH on their white helmet, and they will kick it away to Delaware Valley. Warriors with their white helmets, black jerseys, white pants for the Warriors, white numbers on those black tops for DV. And the Warriors have Machado, Isolino, and Ramirez back deep awaiting this kickoff from Farrell. It's a squib kick on the ground, and it's fielded by Isolino around the 22. He comes to the near side, crosses the 25-30, has blocks, passes the 40, and Isolino gets run out of bounds at the 45-yard line. There is a late flag.
The flag came from 25 yards away.
It was a very nice kick return up to the 45-yard line. We'll see what the call is.
So late, too.
It's a hold against the Warriors. Our temperature at kickoff, pretty chilly. 40 degrees, you could feel it too. There is a crispness in the air. We're in the second Friday of November. See where the ball ends up going after this holding call.
It's at the very, very end of the play there.
And so it's going to get backed up 10 yards from where it would have been. So DV will start 1st and 10 on their own 35. They're moving from our left to our right. Ball is spotted on the near right hash of the field. Olsmer under center, I formation, Kalitsnik and Machado behind him. And Ramirez is in motion. It's a handoff to Ryder Machado, who follows his blocks, has a good gain. Machado with a stiff arm crosses into Comets territory and gets shoved out of bounds after a nice gain past the 45 of AH.
Yeah, G Power to the right-hand side there. And just a really well blocked up front. Aiden Black, Jake Albaugh just kind of collapsed down on that interior line, and a nice kick-out block there by Kalitsnik and lead by the guard.
23 yards for Machado, and now Kalitsnik will get a touch. He gets past the first attempted tackle and falls inside of the 40-yard line, gets brought down from behind on a gain of 3 up to the 39 to set up a 2nd down and 7 for DV.
And Logan faked me out on that one, actually. I didn't even realize Justin had the football.
So both backs have touched the ball here early. And now the Warriors are in a pistol set. Fake handoff to Machado, and now Olsmer is going to keep it himself and go up the middle. And Logan is going to turn a broken play into a gain of about 4 up to the 35, 3 yards short of a 1st down.
Yeah, I watched that pistol set last week in the film, and they didn't seem very comfortable in it. And again, I'm not really sure how that play was supposed to go, but either way, Logan made a little hay out of that one.
3rd and 3 from the 35 of Abington Heights, opening possession of the game. Machado gets the give. Machado is inside the 30-yard line. He's pushed out of bounds with a gain of about 6 for a 1st down. Now they're going to back him up to the 30, so 5 yards for Machado.
Now they moved it up again.
Nope, they've got it back up to the 29, so it was 29, then 30. It sticks at the 29. 6 yards for Machado, who's got 29 on his first 2 touches of the night. 1st and 10 at the AH 29. Logan Olsmer in the gun by himself now. 3 receivers to the right of the set, 2 off to the left. Olsmer looking over to the right, fires complete, has Jackson Corey for a short gain. Corey contacted immediately after a gain of 3 up to the 26. And for Jackson Corey, that is 9th reception of the season. He goes over 100 yards on the campaign.
I like the alignment there on the shift. We haven't seen Delaware Valley really kind of do a 4-man shift previously.
2nd and 7 at the 26. Kalitsnik is behind Olsmer. Kalitsnik gets it, goes up the middle. Close to a 1st down. Up to the 20.
Might have a false start here out on a wide receiver on the wide side. There's a flag on the play from the line judge on the far side.
See what this call is. Looks like it's on the Comets.
Oh. I missed that. I just saw where the flag came from, and it was right at the snap.
And that's going to tack on some yardage at the end of the run. And it'll be good for a Warriors 1st down up to the 16 of Abington Heights. About 2 minutes into this game, no score. But DV is into the red zone here in the primetime meets first quarter. And they are looking to strike first in this district championship game. The Winner of our game here takes on the winner of Whitehall and Southern Lehigh in a week. We'll be following that one throughout the night. Snap is over Logan Olsmer's head. He's able to pick it up, and now Olsmer's going to take off and run. Olsmer's going to get yardage out of this inside the 10. Decent pickup on a really problematic play, and he's near a first down.
I'll tell you what, when you watch Logan play, you don't realize how athletic he is until you see a situation like that occur. That, by all intents, 9 out of 10 quarterbacks would have taken probably a 10-yard sack on that play.
Instead, it's a 10-yard gain and a first down. It's first and goal. Machado gets it, and Machado is into the end zone once more. Ryder Machado's fantastic season continues, and he's up to 24 total touchdowns on the year now.
Well, they went into the heavy set, and they ran basically, high tempo that entire series. That obviously definitely was contributing to that drive.
Everett Bell on for the extra point. His kick's good. 9:30 remaining, opening quarter, and it's 7-0. Delaware Valley will step aside. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on Pike County's hometown station, Light 106.9.
Thinking about selling your home? Call the market-leading real estate experts with an impressive 59 years of experience. Davis Archant Realtors. At Chant in Milford, they prioritize you. There are no hidden costs like tech, marketing, or administrative fees, just transparency and trust. Let them give you a free estimate of your home's value. Choose Davis Archant Realtors, where their goal is to sell your home fast at the best price. Davis Archant Realtors, call 800-754-5860 or online at chantre.com.
You're listening to Warriors football on Light 106.9.
7-0 Warriors. They strike first here tonight. 2.5 minutes into the game on a 6-yard rushing touchdown from Ryder Machado. Now the Olsmer Clark Insurance Drive summary.
8 plays, 65 yards, capped off by the 6-yard touchdown run from Ryder Machado. Extra point by Bell was good. 2 minutes and 22 seconds on that drive. Delaware Valley up 7-0 with 9:30 to go here in the first quarter.
21st rushing touchdown of the year for Machado. 24th total for the senior. Everett Bell will send it away to Abington Heights now, and they'll get their first offensive possession of the night. They've got 2 standing back deep around their own 10 awaiting this kick. It'll be fielded at around the 10. Taken now past the 30 on a decent return for the Comets. That was number 15, Kevin Schmidt. He gets brought down at the 32 or 33-yard line. The Comets will have a decent starting spot to get their offensive night going.
Well, the key here is what is Coach Reffish going to come out here to try and kind of get this Delaware Valley defense off balance?
They come out with Nick Bradley under center, and Bradley will complete very quickly to the near side to Sean Theodore. It's a gain of about 3, crossing the 35 up to the 37, maybe 38.
So, I mean, it's kind of exactly what I expected them to do.
Yeah.
However, I think getting into a huddle is probably, I don't know. I think it's to their disadvantage in this situation. I get it. They don't want to, they want to burn some clock. They don't want Delaware Valley's offense on the field.
Bradley is back under center with a receiver in motion to the near side. It's a toss play, and it's blown up.
No, that's a mistake.
Ventucci, Kalitsnik, and it's a loss of about 1 to set up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, Ventucci. Wow, they're going to move that ball all the way back up to the 36. Interesting.
We'll bring up 3rd and 8 for the Comets.
But it's a loss of just 1.
I don't think trying to run the football is going to work here tonight. I mean, just throw it quick all over the place. But running it, that's going to be a tough road.
Bradley's in the gun now for a 3rd and 8 from the 36. He takes the snap, drops back, has some time, throws complete. And he's got a first down across the 45 up to the 47 on a pickup of 11 to Sean Theodore.
Yeah, we talked about Theodore in the pregame. He's a good football player. They have a number of kids out there that are going to really pick up a lot of slack with Theodore being out.
The sophomore Nick Bradley delivering a strike there right on the money for the first down. Comets move it up to the 47 on a 1st and 10. Bradley under center now. Hands it off, goes up the middle, and a decent gain here. This one is sprung into DV territory. Nice open field tackle by Isolino, but not before a gain of about 8 from the Abington Heights running back, Anthony Cura.
Very well blocked on the left-hand side here. They ran basically like a bend back. Curo initially kind of going off to the right side and then bending back to the left outside, and well blocked on the edge there for Abington.
Cura, the Comets' leading rusher this season. And he stays in the backfield for this 2nd down and 2. So another handoff to the tailback. This time it is blown up, but a decent push late.
Yeah, they did get a push up front.
And they get close to a 1st down. It's going to be 3rd and about half a yard here.
Yeah, it looked like it's going to be stopped for about no gain. Now they're going to give it to him. It looks like, wow, that's a little generous.
That was very generous, but it's a gain of 2. It's a 1st down up to the 44 of Delaware Valley. 6:45 remaining. Primetime meets first quarter. DV leads 7-0, but Abington Heights has a decent drive going here. Now they'll bring a fullback into the game. It's Austin Boersma. He'll be the lead blocker for Cura. Bradley rolling to the right, throwing in the flat. It's incomplete. It's knocked down. The intended target was Gavin Anders. That one was troublesome. Jackson Corey in there on the defense.
Yeah, and that ball popped up in the air, and Jackson just couldn't quite get to it before it hit the ground. But I really think that's got to be the way that Abington attacks this tonight. It's got to be a quick passing game. It's not easy to cover, those quick outs and slants.
2nd and 10 now at the DV 44. Abington Heights breaks their huddle. Bradley again will be under center. I believe it's Boersma behind him. 3 receivers to the far side right of the formation. It's a handoff on a jet sweep play. This is Kevin Schmidt, and Schmidt angles his way out of bounds inside the 40. It's 4 or 5 yards short of a 1st down. We'll see where they put it. It looks like it's going to be at the 38 of DV, and it'll be a 3rd and 4.
Did a nice job of blocking that up. Again, sort of like an end-around play. Not something I saw on the tape from a couple weeks ago. So maybe a couple plays here that Abington is running that they didn't show 2 weeks ago.
That was just the 6th rushing attempt of the season for Kevin Schmidt, but he does have 2 rushing touchdowns. 3rd and 4 now. Nick Bradley in the gun. He takes the snap, drops back, throws out to the far side. It's dropped. Incomplete off the hands of Sean Theodore, and it's 4th and 4 now for the Comets. See what Coach Repshis does.
Yeah, that would have been a 1st down more than likely as well. Theodore wishes he had that one back. I mean, where they're at here, you have to go for this. You're inside the 40-yard line. And I'll tell you what, Delaware Valley brought a linebacker blitz, and Abington did a really nice job of blocking it up. There was no pressure on Nick on that particular play.
And it's a big drop there by Theodore, who has 2 receptions on this drive. 4th and 4 at the 38 of DV. Bradley once again in the gun. And there's a false start on the back. Kevin Schmidt.
That's a killer.
Now you wonder if they'll punt. It looks like the special teams unit is going to come onto the field. And so now you had that drop, a false start, and those are little mistakes that add up. Can't be doing that if you're the heavy underdog Comets.
Yeah, exactly. You need things to you need to play your best football to have a chance here tonight, and those 2 plays consecutively certainly didn't represent that.
Nick Bradley will stay on as the punter here. Ramirez and Machado standing and waiting around the 10. The sophomore Bradley boots it away. Very nice punt. Ramirez backtracks, fields it inside his own 5. Ramirez is in trouble and dropped. There is a flag.
Probably should have let that one go. That was going to fall at about the 2 or 3. Yes, there were defenders there, but chances of that ball checking up are pretty low. You have to think it could be a hold or a face mask here.
One or the other. That's what I was thinking. Ramirez was tackled at about the 4.
Abington. That's the face mask. So big help for DV there. Probably just the 5 yard. But those 5 yards make a big difference when you're starting inside the 5.
They're going to put it at the 9. DV will have it 1st and 10 at their own 9.
At their own 9-yard line.
Leading 7-0 halfway through this primetime meets first quarter. DV moving from left to right for us. Logan Olsmer jogging out to the huddle to meet his teammates. First drive was capped off by a 6-yard rushing touchdown from Ryder Machado. And to start this possession, Machado is lined up as a slot receiver to the left of the set. Olsmer from the gun takes the snap, throws out complete to Aiden Black to the near side. Aiden Black is cut down after a short gain. Up to the 13-yard line goes the senior tight end. He picks up 4.
Yeah, nice tackle out there.
Number 15.
By Kevin Schmidt.
DV right back up to the line, hands it off to Machado. Machado dances his way for a decent gain, and he gets pushed out of bounds after a first down, working his way up to the 24 for 11 yards.
Yeah, interesting. They went very quick to the line, but they switched to the heavy set.
Tackle on the play by number 4, Sean Theodore.
Once again, they'll get up to the line.
They're going to knock him back to the 23. Maryland I here for DV. Ryder Machado is blown up immediately. He might have lost a yard there. Really nice tackle.
It looked a little awkward there.
Yeah.
Both backs in front of him went, straight, basically ISO right up the middle, and Ryder took a false step before he took the ball.
Now DV's back into that power eye. And a handoff to Machado, who has a crease, and Machado lowers his shoulder, falls forward for an extra yard up to the 30 on a gain of 6, maybe 7. It's still 3.5 yards short of a first down.
Yeah, maybe 4. They didn't get a great spot there.
DV going no huddle. Some confusion right now. Still plenty of time on the play clock. It's Justin Estevez and Kalitsnik and Machado behind Olsmer. The handoff goes to Machado. Machado fighting for a first down. Needs to get a push, and it looks like he's got it.
He's right there. It looks like they're going to give it to him, as you said.
He needed the 33, got to the 33. And again, DV, they're right back up to the line. 1st and 10, handoff. Play action fake, actually. Olsmer looking downfield, looking for Machado. Hits him in stride, complete. Into Comets territory, up to the 31 of Abington Heights. They're going to give him the 30. That's a gain of 37 from Olsmer to Machado.
Ryder needs needs a rest. You could tell he was dogging there at the end.
Isolino checks in at tailback. He gets a touch. Isolino up the middle, has a nice gain. Works his way to the 25-yard line.
Tell you what, though, that was a great ball from Logan on that play.
Oh, yeah.
He put it right on him.
2nd and 5 for Delaware Valley.
2nd and 5, DV relentless back up to the line. 2nd and 5 at the 25 of the Comets. And we've got a false start.
Yep. Sometimes that's the problem you run into when you start to go quick. Not everybody's getting time to get back and set.
2nd and 10.
So it'll go back to 2nd and 10 at the 30 of Abington Heights. Delaware Valley leading 7-0. 3:43 remaining. Primetime meets first quarter. Isolino stays in at tailback with Kalitsnik and Estevez in as well. And Isolino gets it. Isolino has space. He's inside the 10, and he takes it all the way home. Mike Isolino, a 30-yard rushing score. And DV leads it 13-0 with 3:30 to play in the first.
I'll tell you what, the emergence of Mike is something that this team has really needed.
Yeah.
There was so much pressure on Ryder during the bulk of the season, and Mike has really just come on so well lately.
4th rushing touchdown of the season for the sophomore. Everett Bell adds another extra point. It's 14-0 Warriors. About 8.5 minutes gone by here in the opening quarter of play. We'll take a break. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football right here on Light 106.9.
If you've suffered an injury in New York, New Jersey, or Pennsylvania, you need to call the law firm of Zimmerman and Oliger. They have a concentration in personal injury litigation as well as family law and criminal defense. If you need help getting your life back on track, call them at 570-296-7300 or visit tristatetrial.com. The law firm of Zimmerman and Oliger. They are your tri-state trial team.
After the game, join us for your favorite songs here on The Light. Back to DV football on Light 106.9.
14-0 Delaware Valley. That's the score right now with 3:30 to play in the primetime meets first quarter. Ryder Machado had the first score of the night. This time it was Mike Izzolino. And here's the Olsmer Clark Insurance Drive summary.
Once again, 8 plays, this time 91 yards, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Capped off by the 30-yard touchdown run from Mike Izzolino. Once again, Everbell is good on the extra point. 14-0 Delaware Valley, 3:30 to go here in the first.
TV just keeps on rolling here in this second half of the season. Everett Bell on for another kickoff. And this one will be fielded by Schmidt inside the 15. He crosses the 20, angles his way to the near sideline, passes the 25, and works his way out of bounds across the 30. Schmidt got up to about the 34, it looks like.
You got a couple extra right along the sideline there.
Give him the 35. So again, a good return.
Yeah.
Schmidt has set Abington up.
I'll say this, as the season, the last couple weeks, I think has gotten colder.
35-yard line.
Everett's kicks are not getting as deep as they did earlier in the season, so you can really see the difference of the temperature makes on the flight and the kicking game.
Comets 1st and 10 from their own 35, down 14, moving from our right to our left. Bradley under center, Kira the lone back behind him. Bradley drops back. Bradley is looking deep along the far sideline. Jump ball, and it is caught. And now ruled incomplete. He didn't complete the process. Gavin Anders, man, it looked like he had it, but he dropped it as he was coming to the ground. It'll be 2nd and 10, so we've had 2 big drops from Comets receivers here tonight.
Yeah, almost like a back shoulder there. It was slightly underthrown. Delaware Valley, it looked like D'Antonio, I think, on the far side. I can't tell. No, I'm sorry, that was Corey in coverage. He had him covered, but there was a little space and the ball was underthrown.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 now from the 35. It's a handoff here to Kira, and Kira's got a good gain. Kira fighting for a first down. Looks like he's maybe half a yard short. Really explosive run. This Abington Heights team, which has struggled to run the ball this year, they're looking good in the early going tonight, and it's going to be a 3rd and 1 now.
Yeah, Kira's really good at exploiting small creases too. He doesn't need a lot of space to work with.
From their own 44-yard.
3rd and 1. Comets have it at their own 44. Bradley will be under center with Kira behind him. Kira over 400 yards rushing on the season now. Bradley's going to keep it himself. He's going to use that strong lower half to pick up a first down up to about the 48-yard line. That's a gain of 4 on the QB sneak.
Yeah, it looked like there was a pile right at the line of scrimmage, but Nick Bradley was not in that pile.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from their own 47.
And, he doesn't look like a whole lot, but trust me, he's very strong, especially in the lower end.
1st and 10 Comets at their own, let's call it 47.5. Bradley lined up under center. Kira's the back. Kira will get the give. And Kira contacted by Alba, and it's cleaned up by Kalitsnik. No gain on the play.
Yeah, a little adjustment there along the line of scrimmage by DV in that play. We'll see if Abington's able to continue to run the football with any effectiveness here moving forward. Definitely not what I expected the first couple of possessions to see them be able to move the football on the ground.
DV leads 14-0 here. Minute 40 to go in the opening quarter of play. Abington Heights has been moving the ball here tonight so far, but a couple of critical drops have played a big role. Bradley in the gun now. Drops back. Bradley has time. Now Aiden Black is coming after him, and Bradley's just going to have to throw it away to the sideline. Incomplete. That pressure of Aiden Black loomed large. It's 3rd and 10.
Good coverage by Delaware Valley's defensive backfield on that play because Bradley had plenty of time to work with. And eventually, Aiden Black worked his way free.
Yeah. And they had those receivers locked up downfield. There is a flag potentially here. Against eligible downfield?
Oh, yes. So do you take this?
I don't think you do. 2nd and 20 or a 3rd and 10.
I don't. Yeah, they're not going to take it.
Coach Olsmer declines the penalty, so it'll be 3rd and 10.
Ventucci will come off. The DB will put their kind of nickel defense out there.
And extra defensive back comes in. It's Beckham Fernandez who enters the game in the defensive backfield on this 3rd and 10. 3 receivers to the right. Bradley takes the snap. Bradley steps up, rolls out. Bradley throws downfield, and it's complete into DV territory. Right at the stick was Sean Theodore.
Boy, they missed a pretty bad hold at the line of scrimmage right there. I saw one of the Delaware Valley defensive linemen got tackled.
It's going to be a first down, gain of 10. They needed 10, they got it. Sean Theodore, 3 receptions so far here tonight. 1st and 10 Comets at the 42 of DV.
Yeah, I'll tell you, listen, if the Abington wide receivers can get open, Bradley's going to put the ball on them.
Yeah. Cura is the back. Bradley rolling to the left. It's complete to Gavin Anders, and Anders is going to gain an extra yard or 2. Picks up 5, maybe 6, up to the 37 of Delaware Valley.
I'll tell you what, I think, Coach Restres has done a really nice job here calling this game on the offensive side of the football. He's really mixed things up. He's gone with some really quick passes. He's gone with some deeper passes. He's really done a nice job of kind of keeping the defense off balance.
2nd and 4 from the 36 now. Only 15 seconds remaining in the primetime meets first quarter. Bradley under center. Drops back, throws downfield. Inside the 10, it's complete. Diving for the end zone is Schmidt, and he's in. And Abington Heights is on the board. It's 14-6 after that deep hookup from Bradley to Schmidt, and the Comets are right back in it.
Yeah, D'Antonio got beat on a double move there by Schmidt. Great route run there by Schmidt on that play, and Bradley put it exactly where it needed to be.
36-yard touchdown pass for Bradley, his 22nd TD through the air this season. And now Jack Farrell will come on for an extra point, and it's blocked. Looked like Ryder Machado got in there. 14-6. The score will stand right there. 3 seconds to go first quarter.
3 seconds left in the opening quarter.
DV gives up a touchdown, but that extra point block obviously could loom very large at some point here tonight. So that touchdown pass to Kevin Schmidt, that was his 8th total touchdown on the year, his 6th receiving score. 36 yards from Bradley to Schmidt. We'll give you the Olsmer Clark Insurance drive summary here in a moment.
Guess how many plays it was?
8.
8 plays.
All right.
8 plays, 65 yards. Capped off by the 36-yard touchdown from Bradley to Schmidt. Extra points blocked. 3 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. 14-6, Delaware Valley.
I tell you, Craig, I'm surprised by how easily Abington Heights is moving the football right now. We talked about it. The DV first unit defense had given up 3 touchdowns over the last 6 games. And Abington Heights has had 2 very effective drives. They're doing it without arguably their best offensive player in Mason Fedor. They're running the ball. They're able to throw it right now. Abington Heights, they look way, way better than they did 2 weeks ago.
Well, and, to Coach Olsmer's point, they have not really gotten any pressure on Nick Bradley at all here thus far.
So Farrell is on for the kickoff now, and we've got Ramirez, Machado, and Isolino awaiting it. And it's again kicked on the ground, and it bounces off, I think, Estevez. He's able to fall on top of it. It was dangerous there for a second. DV will have a good starting spot because of this. And the clock ran out on the opening quarter. DV will have it 1st and 10 around their own 33, maybe 34 when we return. But we'll take a break right now. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on Light 106.9 and online at WYNYradio.com.
Hey, it's TC at Action Bikes and Outdoor, hoping that you are having an awesome and active fall season. Our paddling season is winding down, and we are cranking up the bike riding and enjoying the fall foliage. Let us know how we can help you get outside and enjoy it too. We are offering bicycle service packages, rentals, clothing, accessories, and sweet deals on many in-stock hybrid, mountain, gravel, and BMX bikes. Whether you need advice, gear, or service, our super friendly and knowledgeable staff at Action Bikes, located in Port Jervis and Milford, is here and happy to help.
Listen to the game on air and online. This is Warriors football on Light 106.9.
Back at Warriors Stadium, it's the start of quarter number 2. It was a high-flying first quarter. 14-6 is the score. Delaware Valley leads, and they will start now 1st and 10 at their own 33 on their third offensive possession of the night. Olsmer's under center. It's a toss play to the far side right to Machado. Machado weaving through the defense, has a decent gain. Picks up about 5, does the senior, up to the 38, maybe 39.
Yeah, that's 5-6 yards on the first play on any possession is always solid.
Yeah, you'll take that all night long. Mike Izzolino comes in. Justin Kalitznik heads to the sideline. And Izzolino, who had that rushing touchdown a few moments back, he's standing to the right of his quarterback, Logan Olsmer. Here's a touch pass to Jaden Ramirez, and Ramirez down the sideline gets a first down.
Boy, it didn't look like it was going to be much there.
Way outside. And then cut it up the field.
Yeah.
And Ramirez has a first down up to about the 45.
Abington had some decent penetration to the play side there, but Ramirez able to bend it out, get past that, and once he got beyond that initial penetration, DV had it blocked up pretty nice down along the sideline.
It's a gain of 6 up to the 46. And again, we've got Olsmer in the gun. Standing to his left is Izzolino. 3 receivers to the left. Aiden Black by himself to the far side right. Logan takes the snap. He's under pressure. He's rolling out, and he is going to be brought down on a sack. 2 Comets were in there on that one, and Olsmer is dropped for a big loss. That's number 28, Austin Boersma.
About a 9-yard loss there. And, DV had four out in that pattern. I was surprised. Normally they look towards Black in that situation, but he immediately looked off to his left. Was not looking towards the big tight end in that situation.
It's going to be 2nd and about 19 now. Olsmer in the gun. Takes the snap, and he's actually going to keep it himself, and there's nowhere to go. Olsmer maybe a yard. I don't even know if he got a yard. It's going to be 3rd and very long upcoming for the DV offense.
I haven't seen that play, I don't think, all year, actually.
I can't remember it. Mike Izzolino was serving as a lead blocker there, but the Comets' defense was not fooled. 3rd and 19 at the 37 of Delaware Valley. Olsmer rolling out to his right. Throwing downfield. It's complete to Ryder Machado, and Machado crosses midfield. Wow. Machado has a first down. Still going down the sideline. He's pushed out. That is a huge gain. Run after the catchability from Machado up to the 34 of the Comets.
Delaware Valley had no business getting a first down on that play. Ryder Machado caught that ball 10 yards short of the first down and made those 10 yards by himself, plus.
That's a 29-yard passing play from Olsmer to Machado. Logan in the gun now. It's going to roll out to the near side left. He's going to take off with his legs now. Olsmer will be brought down, but not before a gain of about 5. They're going to give him 4 up to the 30 of the Comets. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Abington just came with like a jailbreak blitz on that play. They brought everybody on that play.
So how about Ryder Machado? 2 big receptions here tonight.
I'm telling you, he is. He's just a really talented athlete.
He is. Handoff now goes to Kalitznik. Kalitznik runs it to the near side, and he nears a first down. See if they give it to him. He got up to the 25.
Very close.
Maybe half a yard short?
Yeah, they didn't.
Yeah, it looks like he is.
Wave it forward there.
Bring up 3rd and 1 for Delaware Valley.
3rd and about half a yard now. DV's going to bring in the extra back. Justin Estevez. Handoff goes to Machado. Machado's got a first down. He's got more. He spins his way inside the 20. Ryder Machado gets up to the 19 on a pickup of 6.
Maybe the most valuable tool Ryder Machado has as a running back is his vision.
Oh, yeah.
His vision is just unmatched.
Play action fake. Logan Olsmer rolling out to the left. Logan Olsmer's going to keep it himself. He's got a good gain. He falls inside the 10. Olsmer has a first down and a gain of 11 up to the 8.
Boy, it didn't look like there was much there to work with, but Logan just kind of picked his way through the first 3 guys. And first and goal for DV.
He is showing off those legs tonight. First and goal from the 8. Handoff, Machado. Machado follows Estevez. Machado into the end zone. His second of the night. His 25th of the year. And it's 20-6 DV with 8:04 to go in the half.
Again, that's all vision. He sees creases where other guys don't see them. Obviously we know he's elusive. He's great at making guys miss, but he also just has such good vision of the field.
Everett Bell, he's 3 for 3. It's 21-6 Delaware Valley with about 4 minutes gone by in the second quarter. We'll take another quick break. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on Light 106.9.
If you're 19 or older with certain underlying medical conditions such as asthma or diabetes, you can get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. If you're 65 or older, it is also recommended you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. No matter the season, talk to your doctor about vaccination today and learn more at lung.org/protect yourself. A message from the American Lung Association in collaboration with Pfizer.
The play-by-play of Warriors football is here on Light 106.9.
Ryder Machado has 2 touchdowns in this opening half, and DV as a team, they've got 3 of them. 21-6, Delaware Valley leads over Abington Heights. This is the Class 5A district title game. DV leading by 15 now with 8:04 to go in the half. We've got another Olsmer Clark Insurance Drive summary for you.
10 plays this time.
Okay.
We got we're mixing it up tonight. 10 plays, 67 yards, capped off by the 8-yard touchdown run by Ryder Machado. Once again, Everett Bell, good. 21-6, 8:04 to go here in the second quarter.
Another kickoff from Bell. Be fielded by Schmidt on the far side at about the 12, and Schmidt works his way past the 25, gets up to, we'll see, the 27, maybe 28. The big play on that possession, of course, was that 3rd and 19 hookup. Olsmer to Machado, and Craig mentioned it. Machado, he caught the ball about 10 yards short of a first down. Ended up getting another 20 yards out of it, picking up 29.
Yeah, that was just an individual effort. You know, you watch Ryder Machado and you just say, hey, that's a great athlete on the football field.
Comets moving from left to right now. 1st and 10 at their own 28. Bradley is under center. He drops back. He throws to the far side complete. It's Sean Theodore up to the 35. Theodore picks up 7. And he's definitely the player who has been tasked with filling the void that is Mason Fedor. Theodore with 4 receptions already. He came in with just 16 on the year.
It's interesting because Anders had 25 coming into tonight. And Schmidt had 18. So those guys actually both had more than Fedor, but he's the guy tonight.
And Schmidt, of course, has that 36-yard receiving touchdown, but Theodore has been heavily involved. This time it's a toss play. It's blown up by Fauble. This is a loss on the play.
Number 21, Anthony Cura.
Yeah, Carter definitely beat the man in front of him on that play. And
number 60, Carter
a nice job there by the junior. So it'll be 3rd and about 5 here for Abington.
This is a huge third down for the Comets.
It is.
And a huge third down opportunity for the DV edge rushers to try to get home on Bradley. Brzanskis and Aiden Black all geared up for this 3rd and 5. Aiden Black coming in, but it is incomplete. Kevin Schmidt thrown behind him.
Maybe the first errant throw we've really seen from Bradley here tonight. He had him wide open there, and you know, I don't know. Do you hear the big? Do you hear those size 12s or 13s from '87? Because I'll tell you what, Aiden Black was off the line like a rocket.
He was. He was going to get there quick. Bradley knew it. So Bradley will stay in for a punt now. The DV defense steps up in a big way. Corey and Ramirez awaiting this punt. And Ramirez will field it at his own 35. Crosses the 40 now, the near side 45. Ramirez down the sideline into Comet territory. Ramirez finally brought down by Bradley, but not before he got up to the 30-yard line of the Comets.
No flags.
That is a great return. 35 yards from the senior Ramirez and DV right now. They are just making explosive play after explosive play.
They are, and you know what? You could see it setting up because as soon as he got, he found that crease right out of the gate about 5 yards after touching the football, and once he got through that crease, everything just kind of opened up along the sideline there.
1st and 10 Warriors at the 30 of Abington Heights. They lead by 15 with 6:23 to go in the first half. Shotgun formation with Olsmer and Mike Izzolino standing to his right. 3 receivers to the far side right of the set. Logan takes the snap. Logan looking downfield, throwing it up for Jaden Ramirez. It's a little too far for him and incomplete.
Just a touch.
Good coverage on the play, too.
Ball's incomplete.
It's going to be tough to sneak that one in.
2nd and 10 from the Abington Heights 30-yard line for the Warriors.
Yeah, just a little bit too much there from Logan, and Jaden did get some separation there at the end as well. So that's one that the junior quarterback probably would like to have back.
Got an update for you on that Whitehall Southern Lehigh game after this play. It's a handoff to Mike Izzolino. He's waiting for a crease to develop. Nothing really came of it, but Mike will push his way for a decent gain up to the 26, maybe, looks like more of the 27. So it'll be 3rd and long. 14-7 right now. Whitehall leading Southern Lehigh. Last update was with 11:23 to go in the second quarter. Southern Lehigh had led 7-0. It's now 14-7 Whitehall. Here's a good gain on 3rd and long. It was Kalitsnik. And Kalitsnik's going to work his way for a first down up to the 18.
Yeah.
So Kalitsnik picks up 9 on 3rd and 7. DV moves the chains once more.
For Delaware Valley, first down.
Well done there by the senior fullback, and once again, they're in the heavy set.
And they're going no huddle. And they hand it off to Kalitsnik, and Kalitsnik loses the ball. It's on the ground. It's covered up by the Comets.
On the play, recovered by
That is a rare mistake by Justin Kalitsnik, and it gives the Comets some life here.
Yeah, because you know what? If you punch one in there, you really kind of give them a gut kick. But now you kind of give them a little bit of life. And if Abington could score points on this possession, you know, we're back in the football game here.
And let's remember, Abington Heights gets the football to start the third quarter. 5:33 to go in the half. This is a really big defensive possession for DV. It'll be 1st and 10 Comets at their own 16. Bradley under center. Takes the snap, drops back. Bradley looking to the far side, throwing it up for Anders. It's knocked away. Jackson Corey deflected it, and then it hit off Anders' hands, and then it fell to the ground. 2nd and 10.
Just in time, because Anders did have a step on Corey there.
Kind of a last-ditch effort there by Jackson, and he made a nice play on the ball. 2nd and 10 at the 16. 5:27 to go, first half. DV leads 21-6. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Bradley will be in the gun now. Kevin Schmidt is the back. He's standing to his quarterback's left. Nick Bradley takes the snap. He's throwing it out to the flat. It's complete to Schmidt. Schmidt makes one man miss, and Schmidt will be spun ahead to the 21-yard line, picking up 5 and setting up a 3rd and medium.
Bradley's pass complete.
Delaware Valley kind of content, you see there, playing zone on that play, and didn't really bring a lot of pressure up front, just dropping those linebackers back into coverage.
3rd and 5 at the 21. Comets moving from left to right. Ball spotted on the far left hash here. Again, Bradley will be in the gun. This time Schmidt standing to his right. 2 receivers to the right of the set, 1 off to the left. Bradley on 3rd and 5 has it. Has some time. Bradley throws it across the middle. Incomplete. He had Schmidt, but the pressure of DV got to him. Forced the incompletion. It's 4th down.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that was, if Nick has half a second longer there,
probably a touchdown.
It might be a touchdown.
Yeah.
But yes, Delaware Valley got home there just in time. And, you had big number 87, Aiden Black, in coverage on that play, actually. Not where you want him, usually 25 yards down the field.
What a job by Delaware Valley's defense after that fumble to force a 3-and-out. Another punt from Bradley. This one way short. Way short. Bounces inside the 35. And, man, Deavy is going to get it. 1st and 10 at about the 32-33 of the Comets.
I was going to compliment Nick on his kicking because the first couple were very good. But I think he felt a little pressure there that time. Deavy brought a little bit of pressure off the right-hand side. And actually one of his own men ended up bumping into him post-kick. So it may have kind of gotten into his head a little bit there.
Warriors survived that fumble, and they will have it 1st and 10 at the Comets 33. Power set now. Machado gets it. Machado cuts it to the middle of the field, cuts it to the near side, down the sideline, has a first down. Inside the 15, inside the 10, the 5. Sidestepping. He's finally pushed out of bounds at the 1.
Unreal. That was an incredible run.
Ryder Machado picking up 32 yards, just picking his way, and nearly got in.
It looks like he's going to go out of bounds probably at about the 20-25. Nope.
1st and goal from the 1. Machado into the end zone again. 3rd touchdown of the night. 26th of his senior season. It's 27-6 DV with 4:17 to go in the half.
That was just kind of a ridiculous. Yeah, that was one of those runs where you would hear Chris Bergman just going, whoop, whoop, whoop,
yep.
whoop,
Yep.
whoop. That was insane.
Man, oh man, Ryder Machado is elusive. Everett Bell, he's as steady as they come. 4 for 4 on the night. DV leads by 22. Late stages, first half. We'll take a break. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on Light 106.9.
LEAD, Law Enforcement Against Drugs and Violence, is the most rapidly growing drug and violence prevention charity in the United States. By using an evidence-based, tested, and proven effective curricula taught by law enforcement and educators, LEAD's school-based anti-drug and anti-violence program empowers children to make the right decisions about drugs, violence, alcohol, and bullying. Learn more about LEAD at leadrugs.org or follow us at We Are LEAD. Sponsored by LEAD Incorporated.
Listen to the game on air and online. This is Warriors football on Light 106.9.
Back at Warriors Stadium, where the Delaware Valley offense thus far has looked, well, pretty close to perfect. They lead 28-6 over Abington Heights. 4:17 remaining second quarter. We've got another Ryder Machado touchdown, and we've got another Olsemer Clark Insurance drive summary.
2 plays, 33 yards, capped off by the 1-yard touchdown from Machado after the absolutely ridiculous 32-yard run prior. Extra point once again from Everett Bell is good. 28-6 Delaware Valley. 4:17 to go in the second quarter.
Another kickoff from Everett Bell. This time it'll be fielded by Cura. And Cura crosses the 20, 25, now 30, and he gets flattened.
My. I don't know who that was.
It was Eislawful.
Oh, my goodness.
Flattened at the 30 was Cura. Return of about 20 yards, and the Comets will have it. 1st and 10.
Chris Eislawful.
Yeah, he's not a big guy to flatten somebody like that.
No, but he gets going pretty fast north to south, and that was the irresistible force, meaning the immovable object there.
1st and 10 Comets at the 31, 4:09 to go in the half. Abington Heights really needs to score on this possession. Bradley under center. He hands it off to Cura. Cura's got a good gain. Cura spinning away from a tackle, crosses the 40, has a first down up to the 42 on a pickup of 11. Anthony Cura has had a really nice night thus far.
I didn't see one of the Delaware Valley. I couldn't tell if it's a linebacker or safety. Just fell down there on that play and probably allowed Cura to get another 5 or 6 yards there.
Another score update in that District 11 game. It's tied up at 14 between Southern Lehigh and Whitehall. Winner of tonight's game between DV and Abington Heights faces the winner of that one next week. 1st and 10 at the 42. It's another handoff to Cura, who goes up the middle. Cura shoves off a tackle. Has another good gain of about 5. They get him up to the 47.
I have to assume, because I didn't watch a ton of the film, but I have to assume Abington is got a wrinkle here that they didn't show on film at all previously. Because they didn't run the football like this at all a couple of weeks ago.
They haven't run the football like this all season, really. Looks like Cura got closer to the 48. 2nd and about 4.5 here. Bradley drops back. Bradley looks to the near side. It's complete on a quick slant. It's Theodore who backs his way into DV territory up to the 41 on a pickup of about 12 for a first down.
I mean, you can probably throw that pass on almost every play. It's just bread and butter, you know.
Yeah, if you're going to play soft coverage, you have that available to you.
Yeah.
From the Delaware Valley.
So 1st and 10 at the DV 41 now. 2:40 remaining in the half. Gavin Anders is in motion. It's a handoff to Cura. Cura up the middle. He tried to get away from Ventucci.
He did get away from Ventucci.
He did. He did. He fell forward for an extra 2 yards, and Pasquale was pretty angry with himself there. But still, getting that arm on him was able to slow him down enough. It's just a gain of 2 on the play.
Yeah, he probably had him for a no gain there. And Pasquale was none too pleased with himself.
2nd and 8 at the 39. Bradley will be under center with Cura behind him. A receiver to each side of the set here. Austin Borsman as a wing blocker. Toss play to the left, and it's going to be an end around now. And in fact, a potential throw, but a tackle in the backfield. Justin Kalitsnik brings down Theodore for a loss. They were trying to set up a trick play, a wide receiver pass. It didn't develop, and it ends up a big loss of about 5.
Yeah, D'Antono and Ryder Machado did not bite on that at all. And, you know, if they were going to throw that ball, it would have been going into double coverage, probably would have been picked. So
we do have a comment down on the field. It's Anthony Cura. It looks like he's favoring his ankle. So we're going to step aside now as he's tended to on the field by the Comets coaches and training staff. 1:45 remaining here in the first half. It's 28-6 DV. Comets have the football, 3rd and long upcoming. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on Light 106.9.
Hey, it's TC at Action Bikes and Outdoor, hoping that you are having an awesome and active fall season. Our paddling season is winding down, and we are cranking up the bike riding and enjoying the fall foliage. Let us know how we can help you get outside and enjoy it too. We are offering bicycle service packages, rentals, clothing, accessories, and sweet deals on many in-stock hybrid, mountain, gravel, and BMX bikes. Whether you need advice, gear, or service, our super friendly and knowledgeable staff at Action Bikes, located in Port Jervis and Milford, is here and happy to help.
Warriors football on WYNY Milford, Light 106.9. The play-by-play of Warriors football is here on Light 106.9.
Back now at Warriors Stadium, Anthony Cura was able to get up and get off the field, so we hope to see him back shortly. And DV elected to take a timeout after that injury stoppage. That's the first timeout of the half taken by either team. So we'll take a quick look at the scoreboard here.
Yeah, once again, we thank our friends at NUPAfootball.com. It's Chris Kaharchik and his crew at the NPF Network. They keep us up to date on the scores around District 2. Valley View's up 12-0 over Wyoming area. That one's in the second quarter. Dallas is up 21-6 over Nanticoke. I'm actually kind of surprised that Nanticoke has a score in the first half here. That one also in the second quarter. Dunmore 13-0 over Riverside.
Yeah, it's
so womp womp.
My
Vikings.
My hot take picks aren't aging too well so far.
Here's maybe the surprise one. Trail 3-0 over Morrisville in the second quarter. That one's a little surprising.
That is surprising. 3rd and 12 for the Comets back on the field. Bradley takes the snap. Bradley gets it out. It's complete to Schmidt. He was under pressure, and Schmidt is not going to get near the first down. Only gains about 2. It'll be 4th and 11. Luke Brzezinskis was barreling down on Bradley. He had to just get rid of it.
Yeah, and Delaware Valley will take their second timeout here, stop the clock. 1:35 to go in the first half here. And the way they've been moving the football, they have a decent chance of being able to get into scoring territory here. So, boy, Luke Brzezinski, though, talk about a rocket.
Oh, my goodness.
Launched off the edge right there. He came untouched. Bradley able to get rid of the football, but once again, DV playing zone, and everything was in front of them, and there was really nowhere for Schmidt to go there.
I'm surprised by this spot here. I thought that it doesn't really matter, but I thought Schmidt had gained a couple of yards. They got him back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe it was just that the ball was completed behind the line. But it's going to be 4th and 12, and you would expect the Comets to punt here. I'll say, Craig, 28-6 is the score. This game has been closer than 28-6.
I would agree. You know, if not for a couple drops,
and
the bad punt.
Yep.
You know, this game
and
could be close right now.
Just magical play of Ryder Machado. I mean, it's been right now the offense is on the field for the Comets on this 4th and 12. Offense staying out there from the 44 of DV. Bradley is in the gun. He takes the snap. 4th and 12. They're going for it. There's a flag. An incomplete pass off the hands of Kevin Schmidt.
Is the question. Is that the line of scrimmage?
It's something that caused them to blow the play dead. Yeah, false start. So it'll be 4th and 17. You got a punt now.
Unfortunately for Delaware Valley, you know, you'd really rather have that play have gone off. You know, I didn't hear any whistles, which is normally, you know, false start. That should get whistled dead. That play should not have gotten as far as it did.
They're not punting.
Well, you got to lose, I guess.
4th and 17. They're going to go for it.
He was wide open.
It was open across the middle, and we've seen it a few times. A few times they've had that open across the middle. 4th and 17 going for it. Throwing across the middle. It's intercepted. Machado. He's taking it back to the Comet side of the field now. He's got a convoy in front. Machado inside the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Ryder Machado takes it back home. 34-6 DV after the pick 6 from Machado.
Wow. That's like about a 70-yard. No, maybe a little more than that. Maybe 75-yard pick 6. And just, I mean, I guess it's just a situation where if you're Coach Refs, just when you get the ball beyond midfield, you don't want to, you have to try and take advantage of any opportunity you have. You're down by 3 touchdowns. I mean, I understand the thought process. Unfortunately, you got number 1 sitting there back playing center field, and he's pretty good at it.
That's 4 touchdowns for Ryder Machado tonight. Everett Bell is good again. 35-6 is the score. Minute 19 to go first half. Let's take a break. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on Light 106.9.
Oftentimes, the wheelchairs our veterans and first responders receive from their healthcare providers are subpar at best. Some are falling apart, with a years-long waiting list for a new one. This lag causes a tremendous amount of stress for our heroes and creates a burden for their caregivers. Isolation leads to depression. We build what they need to get outdoors, hunting, fishing, or playing sports. Join the mission at wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
You're listening to Warriors football on Light 106.9.
Back now at Warriors Stadium, 35-6 DV leads Ryder Machado. Hey, that guy's pretty good, isn't he? 4 touchdowns for the senior tonight. This most recent one, a pick 6.
Well, it's not really a play, I guess, but, you know, it was between 70 and 75 yards. I didn't see exactly where he caught the ball, but, boy, I'll tell you what, once he caught it, he was going in the opposite direction very rapidly, and it's tough there if you're Abington Heights because you had a spread offense. You had 4 wides. They're all downfield. You pretty much only have your offensive line and Nick Bradley back there to try and stop him, and that was not going to be enough.
No. And you know what? The Comets have not played a bad half of football. They really haven't. They've made some mistakes, but they've been moving the ball. To me, this just speaks to what Delaware Valley is right now.
What they're capable of
doing. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, they're playing a near-perfect game outside of a fumble from Justin Kalitznik. DV right now is on a different level from the other teams in this area. Kickoff return now is by Schmidt, and he angles his way out of bounds past the 30 up to the 32. Comets will have 72 seconds left in this half. They've got all 3 of their timeouts. They're trailing by 29. we're going to see them going pretty quick here now.
Yeah. It's tough. You're in a situation where you're in 4th and 17, and you're playing against a team that can really get after the quarterback. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you what, Brzezinskis and Aiden Black were coming off the edge hard on that play. It's tough. You have to make quick decisions, and you're playing against a zone defense that's sitting back and looking for everything in front of them.
Luke Brzezinskis gets home, but not before Bradley was able to get it away. It's incomplete, but again, at this point, you just have those guys pinning their ears back. Black and Brzezinskis, they're getting there on almost every drop back.
Well, when you know that they're not going to run the football, boy, it's tough when you got two guys like that on the corners, right? They're coming off the edge, and if you don't have a back that's sitting there ready to kind of pick him up, those offensive tackles, those guys are coming off wide 9 type technique. It's hard to get there.
It's a dangerous situation for the Comets, for Nick Bradley, with these pass rushers the way they're going right now. 2nd and 10 at the 32. Bradley drops back. Bradley under pressure, wobbles one up, deflected, and it's complete. What a catch. I have no idea how Sespico was able to come down with it, but he's got a first down up to the 48 of DV, picking up 20 on a ball that just seemed to hang in the air for a while.
Yeah, it really could have been picked, and then thought it was going to be picked, but Sespico able to come up with the football. So very, very fortunate turn of events there for Abington Heights, and they'll take a timeout.
Yeah, they're going to take their first timeout of the half. Let's give you a score update from Southern Lehigh, where they're taking on Whitehall, and it's 21-14. Late stages first half. Southern Lehigh out in front of the Zephyrs. DV, if they can hold on tonight, they'll be facing the winner of that game in a week.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to be a real back and forth game down there.
Yeah, last year it was not. Whitehall handled business, but you could kind of tell. We don't have a ton of information on these teams, but you could just tell looking at Southern Lehigh, they were clearly better than they were a season ago, and it seems like Whitehall's a little bit worse.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're quite as explosive as they were last year.
Southern Lehigh 21, Whitehall 14.
I don't know if they have that game breaker type guy.
Yeah. They had that great running back last year who really wore DV down in the second half. They don't have him anymore. Can't think of his name. But we'll keep following that one for you.
Delaware Valley 48-yard line.
1st and 10 at the DV 48. That's the spot for the Comets with 59 seconds to go in the half. Nick Bradley will roll out to the left now, throws back to the right. Boy. It's picked. Aiden Black, interception. He threw it right to Aiden Black. And DV's going to have it 1st and 10 inside the 40 of the Comets.
Intercepted by number 87.
Yeah, that was, they were setting up a quick screen to the right, and Aiden was not fooled by by the screenplay. No. He was coming off the edge, and he instantly sensed it and stopped. And as you said, Nick basically kind of threw it right to him.
So it's 1st and 10 Warriors. They're at the Comets 37. They've got a chance to add to this 35-6 lead. Logan Olsmer is standing in the gun. And he takes the snap, rolls to the right. Olsmer is going to throw it incomplete at the feet of Ryder Machado. There was pressure on the play applied by Sespico, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. DV does have one timeout remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, you want to try and get maybe at least into Everett Bell range here if you can for DV. You probably want to get into that 15-yard area, sort of. Maybe, 20-yard line's a little kind of pushing it probably.
Yeah, on a cold night.
Yeah, definitely, particularly with the weather, yeah.
Need at least 20 yards here probably to have a reasonable chance. Logan Olsmer standing in the gun, 3 receivers to the right of the set. Logan is going to look to the left. He's under pressure, and he just kind of shovel passes it incomplete.
They're going to call incomplete, yeah.
It did hit the ground. Aiden Black was the intended target there. He tried to sell it like he caught it, but he did not.
They were trying to set up a screen to the left there. And again, Abington sniffed that one out.
3rd and 10.
Logan not able to kind of draw the left-hand side of the Comets defense in.
3rd and 10. I wouldn't mind a running play here. But they're going to throw it. Low snap. And Olsmer's going to have to take off. He's inside the 30. He spins ahead, trying to get a first down. It looks like he's a little short. Wow, pretty good spot here.
Do you take a timeout here or not?
Yeah, you really have to. It's 4th and 1, clock running inside, 25 seconds to go.
They're going to go quick.
Going right up to the line. It's 4th and 1. 4th and 1, quarterback sneak. Olsmer gets pushed from behind by Kalitsnik. He's got a first down.
But you got multiple flags on the field. I wonder if this is going to be that's a sideline warning against DV.
That's their weekly sideline warning.
Yeah.
Clock is stopped momentarily, 15 seconds. Should be a first down at the 26 of Abington Heights. Let's see.
I thought the brotherly shove play, I thought that was legal now, so we're not really sure, but it looks like...
Yeah, it's not a sideline warning. It's actually that...
Yeah, aiding the runner.
Kalitsnik, he definitely did give Logan a good push.
Flag on the play.
So, yeah, you can do that if you're the Philadelphia Eagles, but you can't do that if you're the Delaware Valley Warriors. And so it's going to be 4th and 6 now. Wipe away that first down. And I would imagine...
Going to call timeout here. 15 seconds to go in the first half.
You could try to get a first down, get up to the line, snap, and then take an end zone shot.
Well, you got your Jaden Ramirez. He's pretty good at in
those
this
comeback routes.
Yes, yeah. You could run a 10 or 15-yard comeback and be out of bounds.
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely one of his best routes.
So, and we haven't really seen him. We haven't seen him catch the ball tonight yet.
No.
And
he just had that touch pass to him.
Yes, I'm not even going to call that a pass.
Yes, fair enough. Fair enough. It goes in the book as a pass, but it's really not.
But, we haven't, that's something we talked about off air during the week.
Trying to get him more involved.
Yeah, we haven't really seen Jaden Ramirez very involved in the passing game the last few weeks, and we know what he's capable of.
Oh, God, yeah. So DV offense comes back out on the field. 4th and 6 at the 32 of the Comets. Warriors are out of timeouts with 15 seconds to go in the half. They lead by 29. Olsmer's in the gun. Kalitsnik to his right. 3 receivers to the right. Jaden Ramirez by himself to the near side left of the set. 4th and 6. Logan takes the snap, drops back. He's under pressure. It's a screen. It's complete to Ramirez. Ramirez will try to fight for a first down. He got right to the line. Did they give it to him?
They will stop the clock to move the chains.
8 seconds to go.
Right on the line, though.
8 seconds to go. Olsmer up to the line. 7-6. He's going to spike it into the ground with 4 seconds on the clock. And at the 26-yard line,
bring Everett Bell.
Coach Olsmer is going to send the kicking team on. And this is going to be about a 43-yard field goal try.
And that's a lot in this weather.
This would be a real big-time kick from Everett Bell. Maybe I would imagine a career long.
Definitely. Yeah, you don't have anything to lose.
No.
So
Warriors trying to make this a 38-6 game at half. 43-yard try for Everett Bell. He gets it away. It's a little short.
Oh.
Just short. Gave it a ride.
Not by much. I'll tell you what, maybe 2 yards short.
Yeah. That was a good kick from Everett Bell, but just a little bit below the crossbar. Nonetheless, what a half for Delaware Valley. They lead this district championship game 35-6 heading into the locker room. We'll take a break. When we come back, we've got the Zimmerman and Oliger halftime show. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on Light 106.9.
If you've suffered an injury in New York, New Jersey, or Pennsylvania, you need to call the law firm of Zimmerman and Oliger. They have a concentration in personal injury litigation as well as family law and criminal defense. If you need help getting your life back on track, call them at 570-296-7300 or visit tristatetrial.com. The law firm of Zimmerman and Oliger. They are your tri-state trial team.
When the game is on the line, the Warriors count on their coaches to help them come out on top. Just like you can count on the experts at Olsemer Clark Insurance to tackle all your insurance needs. From business to personal, auto to home, Olsemer Clark Insurance has the skill to find the right coverage at the right price to help you protect what matters most. As an independent insurance agency, Olsemer Clark gives you the power of choice. Visit olsemerclark.com. Learn more about how you can protect what matters most to you with the help of Olsemer Ulsimer Clark Insurance.
Get fresh this holiday season with help from Ulsimer's Christmas Tree Farm. Open Saturdays and Sundays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., now through December 24th at noon. Open Black Friday. The tree pricing is as follows. 6 feet to 8 feet, $50, and trees over 8.5 feet, $80 with a coupon. $5 coupons can be from the newspaper or online at ulsimerstreefarm.com. Get fresh this holiday season with a fresh-cut tree, wreath, or swag from Ulsimer's Tree Farm. Exit 17 from Route 84 in Sterling, Pennsylvania. Just follow the signs.
All season, don't miss the action of DV football. Home or away, we'll carry the play-by-play here on Light 106.9.
We've reached halftime. It's time for the Zimmerman and Oliger halftime show alongside Craig Brown. And with Gavin Burt producing, I'm Jake Graziano. Thanks for tuning in here tonight for this district title game. DV they're playing pretty well. They're up by 29. They look super explosive. They are flying around the field. Ryder Machado is doing Ryder Machado things. It's a good time to be a Warrior right now. They are really, the Warriors are closing in on a 9th consecutive win and an 8th consecutive district title.
Well, I mean, I would argue that I'm not sure how well Delaware Valley's playing, but Ryder Machado is just otherworldly tonight. I mean, it's really been the Ryder Machado show so far.
Yeah.
And for no reason other than it hasn't had to be anybody else. Mike Isolino did take advantage of his brief opportunity while Ryder was getting a little bit of a rest on the sideline. So, good on him, obviously. But, I mean, look, number one has been all over the field. I think, maybe the thing that's really kind of comes out to me is how well Abington has moved the football, though.
Oh, yeah. It's not, I would imagine total yardage is not that lopsided right now. DV leads by 29, but could it maybe be, 250 to 150, something like that? It's not like DV's outgaining the Comets by 250 yards or something crazy.
No, the defense has given up some yards here in the first half. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, and really what it comes down to is what Craig said. Ryder Machado is he's been a machine out there. He's got 4 touchdowns. That pick 6 was, to me, that was the play of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's hard for me. That or the 31-yard run.
Well,
that was ridiculous.
It was. It was. Yeah, he had no business gaining 31 yards on that. And hey, that reception too that went for 29. That thing should have gone for about 10.
All 3 of those plays are just. Okay, there are very few kids on the football field can make those 3 plays, but he's one of them.
Yeah, he's had an incredible season, and it started slow. It really did the first couple of weeks. But Ryder Machado, over the last 10 or so games, he dominates every single time.
If you said going into week 4 that Ryder Machado was going to have 27 touchdowns by week 12,
wouldn't believe it.
You would have said no way. It's just impossible.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to average 3-4 a game? No way. And then he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, hats off to Ryder Machado. And we've talked about it. He could be player of the game basically every week.
Yeah.
And he has that much of an impact for this team, and he's going to be player of the game tonight, I think, barring something unbelievable. So, Ryder Machado, he's just a special talent, and it's been fun to watch him not only this year but the last 3 years.
Yeah, it's definitely a treat to see number one do what he does with the football in his hands.
35-6, that's our halftime score. The Comets will get it to begin the third quarter. We are going to take a break now, and when we come back, we've got some interviews for you. We've got 2 sets of interviews from Emma Chancho and Cassie Joyce. Emma Chancho and Cassie were able to sit down with a couple of members of the girls' volleyball team, and then Cassie Joyce was able to talk to some members of the girls' soccer team. All of those interviews will be coming up out of the break. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on Light 106.9.
When it's time to eat, it's Primetime Meats in Milford. Primetime Meats has the freshest quality meats with great everyday low prices, so you can make meals your family will love for less. Kenny and his staff can even make cooking recommendations. Primetime Meats also has food to go, including subs, sandwiches, hot lunch items, and more. You can even save time and order online at primetimemeatspa.com. Check out daily and weekly specials online, too. When it's time to eat, it's Primetime Meats in Milford.
All families are different, and some have parents or children with little to no eyesight. But this doesn't stop them from sharing the work, play, love, and laughter of family life. Eyesight doesn't define a parent, a child, or a family. What counts is being together. Want to learn more? Visit us on the web at blind.org. The National Federation of the Blind. Live the life you want.
Yard by yard, play by play. This is Warriors football on Light 106.9.
Hello, this is Cassandra Joyce, the editor-in-chief of the Delaware. I'm joined by assistant soccer coach, Mr. Jeff Lors. My first question is, what are you most proud of the team for accomplishing this season?
You know, our team got together all summer long, really, so we were working at this probably since June or July. Great turnout over the summer sessions. That allowed us to kind of hit the ground running when we started the season. We hit a little bit of a rough patch, a little adversity, kind of went on a skid there, but I'm most proud that they were able to regroup, refocus, and get back on track and win a district championship.
Who are the standout players this season and why?
I would have to give a lot of credit to Regan Caraba, Gia Cardulo, and on the defensive side, Kara Churchill really stepped up for us this year. We're obviously going to miss our seniors a lot, but we are excited where the program's heading.
What impact exactly did the seniors have?
Everything. We had a really, really positive group of girls. They all stepped up in their own way. They led by example. I don't think we would have been nearly as successful without them.
Where do you hope the kids next year will fill in their spot?
I think just step up. It's going to have to be, that's where our program's heading. They're the future. We have a lot of high hopes. You know, there's a lot of positive things to focus on heading into next year.
Again, this is Cassandra Joyce, joined by soccer coach Mr. Lors. What are you looking forward to for next season?
You know, it's funny. We just wrapped up, and, you know, I text the coaching staff pretty much every day, and we already miss it. We're a very cohesive group of coaches, and honestly, we just want to get back out there. But hopefully we can start the off-season training as soon as possible.
Thank you. Hello, this is Cassandra Joyce, the editor-in-chief of the Delaware. Today I am joined by senior soccer player Regan Caraba. The season has just come to a close and the team is named district champs. My first question is, what were your overall thoughts of the season?
Throughout the season, I feel like our team faced a lot of adversity. We began the season with a decent winning streak, and then after this season we, not to say fell off, but we didn't perform our best. We went through a little rough patch in the middle, but we pulled ourselves together before playoffs, and we ended up having a nice winning streak that I felt kept us going into playoffs to do such a good job.
What are you most proud of for your personal accomplishments?
Personal accomplishments, I'm proud of myself for the fact that throughout all of high school, I've been able to be on varsity all 4 years, and it's really helped me grow as a player to be where I am and to now be able to go to college for it.
What are you most proud of for the team?
Proud of our team this year, especially because I feel like at the beginning of the year, we weren't expected of much. Since last year, we did not win districts, but we really played together, and we went to the district finals, and I'm proud of us that we got to go back to states for the second time ever in our school's history, and it's just been a special year and a great senior one.
What does the experience of being on the team mean to you?
Being on the team, it's been amazing for friendships and all the people I've met and the coaches and how they've helped me grow.
Again, this is Cassandra Joyce, joined by soccer player Regan Caraba. You're officially committed to playing soccer at Kutztown next year. How do you think playing for DV soccer will help you when you're playing at the next level?
I feel like everything that I've learned from these past 4 years and this past year especially will get me more ready mentally and physically for what's going to come, even though it will be harder. It's a challenge that I'm ready to accept, and I feel like my coaches have prepared me very well for it.
What was your favorite moment of the season?
Of the season, my favorite moment was definitely the district championship and the fact that we went up 1-0 in the first 2 minutes of the game, and then we ended up at halftime down 2-1, but we did not hang our heads. We picked ourselves back up and we came out, we tied it, we went 2-2, they scored, it was 3-2, and then the last 2 minutes of the game, I was able to score and send us into overtime where the amazing Giovanna Cardulo won the game for us with a game-winning goal, and just the feeling after that game was definitely a highlight of the entire year and something that I will never forget.
Do you have any words of advice for the kids for next year or younger kids playing soccer?
I feel like it's a balance that you have to have between school and soccer, and not everything is just going to be about soccer, but when you're on the field, you got to put everything else away and you got to play your heart out, and I believe if they do that, they can lead to another district championship if they really try.
Thank you. Hello, this is Cassandra Joyce, the editor-in-chief of the Delaware. Today I'm joined by junior goalie Dakota Jordan. My first question is, what are your overall thoughts on the season?
I thought that it went really well. We had a rough patch in the middle of the season, but we battled back from it, and overall it was a lot of fun.
What are you most proud of for yourself?
I had 236 saves and only let up 29 goals throughout the season.
What are you most proud of for the team?
Winning districts.
What does the experience of being part of the team mean to you?
I've played with the girls on my team since I was 7 years old, so it's just nice to continue to keep playing with them in my high school years too.
What was your favorite moment of the season?
For our championship game, we were down 3-2, and we came back to tie it in the last 2 minutes, and then we ended up winning in overtime 4-3.
Again, this is Cassandra Joyce, joined by soccer player Dakota Jordan. What are your hopes for next season?
I'm hoping to win districts again and to become a captain.
Do you have any words of advice for younger kids playing soccer?
Just to remember why you started playing and to enjoy every day and not overcomplicate things.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Emma Chancho, and I am the Delaware's Opinions Editor. I'm joined today with Coach Carly May, who is the Delaware Valley girls volleyball coach. What made you want to become a volleyball coach?
So when it came to the end of my athletic career, I knew I wasn't ready to be done. Ever since I was in high school, I had been talking to Mrs. Crawford about taking over the program when she retired, and it just so happened to line up perfectly when I graduated from college, so it was really fate.
What do you feel brings your team together?
We have a legacy to uphold, truly. This was our 14th straight district title, and we all wanted it so bad, so we all came together to earn it.
Out of the games this season, what do you feel was the biggest obstacle to get past?
Well, teams from our district are definitely getting better year by year, and this is a really good thing, of course, but it definitely leads to us having more hard-fought games than usual. So this year, it was Holy Redeemer and Berwick that gave us the biggest obstacle, and unfortunately we lost, but they were great games, so it was okay.
What was the team's highlight for this season?
I think personally it was our 5-set win against Williamsport at our district championship.
How do you think this season went for the team?
I think it went great. After losing 8 seniors last year, a lot of people had doubts about what we were going to be able to do, but I can honestly say that we were just as successful, if not more successful than years past.
How do you motivate your players the most?
Well, I'm not shy about telling them about how much I care about them, and as long as they work hard, they know that I'm proud of them and will always be proud of them, so that's what I always try to do, and that's what I felt like with my coaches, and that relationship made me want to work even harder because I didn't want to disappoint them, so I feel like I've done the same with my girls.
What is the most rewarding part of being a coach?
Seeing them work so hard and get their skills or achievements recognized, and or seeing them acknowledge their own successes is such a great feeling, so that would definitely be the biggest reward.
Hello, this is Cassandra Joyce, the editor-in-chief of the Delaware. I am now joined by junior volleyball player Lauren Donnelly. What are your overall thoughts on the season?
I think this season went really well. I know some people doubted us because we lost almost all of our starters, but we still finished with a record of 14-3 and brought home our 14th straight district title.
What are you most proud of for yourself?
I was super excited to hear I was selected to the all-conference team along with some of my teammates.
What are you most proud of for the team?
I think we all played really well together and fought through some tough games. I think the highlight was winning districts this year.
Again, this is Cassandra Joyce, joined by volleyball player Lauren Donnelly. Do you have any other favorite moments of the season?
I just love playing this sport and having the coaches I have, they're amazing, and my teammates as well. It just makes it so special.
What are your hopes for next season?
I hope to bring home another district title and continue to compete through the state playoffs.
Thank you. Hello, this is Cassandra Joyce, the editor-in-chief of the Delaware. Today I am joined by senior volleyball player Kat Quinn. What are your overall thoughts on the season?
I'm really proud of all of us as a whole team that we were able to overcome losing a bunch of seniors, and we got pretty far. I think we ended off the season pretty well.
What are you most proud of for yourself?
I'm proud of myself for improving throughout the season and doing what was asked of me and being a leader on the team.
What are you most proud of the team for throughout the season?
I think coming into this season, a lot of people were doubting us because we lost so many people from last season, but I think we really stepped it up and improved so much as players and as teammates. I think that our team, we all just clicked.
What does the experience of being a part of the team mean to you?
It's really important being on the team because I have learned so many things and gained so much from all the experiences through the season, and gaining so much from everything and all the time I've spent doing it. It's just so special to me.
What was your favorite moment of the season?
Definitely winning districts was a big part of ending my season strong, and it'll really be a night that I'll remember for a while.
Again, this is Cassandra Joyce, joined by volleyball player Kat Quinn. Do you have any words of advice for the kids for next year or younger players who want to play volleyball?
I really suggest that any player or people that are looking to play to just cherish every moment that you have, because the experiences will give you so much in life, and it might be over soon.
Thank you.
Want to give a shout out to everyone who was a part of those interviews, and Emma Chancho and Cassie Joyce, they just continue to do a really good job producing that content for us during our halftime shows. And also, let's give a shout out to Cassie Joyce, who was running the board on this broadcast for a little bit earlier tonight. Gavin Burt has been there, but Cassie took her turn at it for a bit too, did a really nice job for us. And also thank you to everyone from the girls volleyball and soccer teams for participating in those interviews and talking a little bit about their sports. And the girls volleyball team, 14 straight district titles. That's,
Coach Olsmer better step it up.
Exactly, yeah. 8 is nothing compared to 14. 14, that's pretty incredible. You're a decade and a half of dominance.
Amazing. It really is amazing.
That's like, you're spanning, really like a generation of kids winning district titles. So,
and I'm pretty sure volleyball is only a 4 classifications sport, I believe, as well. So you're probably facing more competition, relatively speaking.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's an impressive streak for sure.
Yeah, and so many of these athletic programs here at Delaware Valley just top-notch, really, in the area and at the state level. So good to see and good to hear from all of them. Warriors are back on the field. Comets are joining them as well. We've reached the end of the Zimmerman and Oliger halftime show. When we come back, we've got third quarter action. The Comets will start with the football. Dede leads 35-6. One more break, and we'll be back with football. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on Light 106.9.
Thinking about selling your home? Call the market-leading real estate experts with an impressive 59 years of experience. Davis Archant Realtors. At Chant in Milford, they prioritize you. There are no hidden costs like tech, marketing, or administrative fees, just transparency and trust. Let them give you a free estimate of your home's value. Choose Davis Archant Realtors, where their goal is to sell your home fast at the best price. Davis Archant Realtors. Call 800-754-5860 or online at chantre.com.
Everyone has a community to lean on. A neighborhood, school, kids' teams, where you worship, work out, or any other place or group where you choose to belong. Communities can provide support when you need it, and even when you don't know you do. Like when it comes to preventing underage drinking and other substance use. You've talked with your kids and shared clear expectations, but you're not with them every minute. Your community members, friends and relatives, teachers and coaches, faith leaders, and other important adults in your kids' lives can be your eyes, ears, and a supportive influence when you're not around, reinforcing your messages with your kids and alerting you to warning signs of underage drinking or other substance use. So talk with your kids about these issues and involve the members of your community to help keep your kids safe. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information, visit talktheyhearyou.samhsa.gov.
The play-by-play of Warriors football is here on Light 106.9.
Back here at Warriors Stadium, it is the start of the second half. Delaware Valley played a very strong first 24 minutes. They lead 35-6. Alongside Craig Brown, I'm Jake Graziano. Gavin Burt producing back in our Light 106.9 studio. Thank you for being part of this broadcast and tuning in tonight as Delaware Valley is 24 minutes away from an 8th consecutive district title as long as they can hold on to a 29-point lead. This first possession will pretty much tell us how things are going to go. The Comets Their backs are up against the wall. They got to score here, and they got to pretty much score quickly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're down 29 points. You have to put points on the board if you start the second half with the football in your hands. So if you're Abington, that's obviously the key to start the second half. You have to get points on the football, or on the scoreboard, I should say. The first half, they had 2 different possessions where they had 8 plays and a third possession of 7. They just couldn't kind of get things finished other than, the 8-play, 65-yard drive.
Yeah, that big play to Schmidt. But really, outside of that big play to Schmidt, they haven't had a big play, and that's kind of been the issue. When you need to, and there's a line drive kick that bounces around the 20, and it's going to roll out of bounds. So that was a patient job by Anthony Cura to wait and let it go out, and the Comets are going to have good starting field position. But what I was going to say was, when you need those longer possessions, right, 10, 15 plays, and you're kind of dinking and dunking your way down the field, that makes it much more likely that you're going to commit a mistake.
That's true. I mean, I'll give you that. I don't know. I understand they have not been able to stop this Delaware Valley offense.
Yeah, no.
So I get the reason maybe they didn't want to go with a quick passing game, no huddle, but I don't know. Might have been the best option for them.
They're going to start with Bradley under center, moving from our left to our right. 1st and 10. The handoff is to Cura, and it's blown up in the backfield. Ventucci drops him for a loss.
He just literally put the center 3 yards into the backfield and tackled the running back basically as soon as he got the football.
I mean, that was
he just dominated on that play in any way that you possibly could as a nose tackle.
Pasquale heads to the sideline and gets some high fives from his coaches and teammates. Well deserved. That was an incredible one-man effort. 2nd and 13 after the loss of 3. Bradley in the gun now. Takes the snap. Aiden Black coming in on him. Bradley gets it away. It's a low throw. It's incomplete. Nick Bradley was dropped by Black.
Well, Black hit him from behind, and Brzezinskis kind of, he got sandwiched there, and man, I could feel that from up here. And I'll tell you what, he's a tough kid, but you can only take so much of that.
And I said it in the first half. It becomes dangerous.
Yeah, when you get those 2 guys
point,
on the outside, DB had their nickel package in, right?
Yep.
So they only had the 2 down linemen, and then Brzezinskis and Aiden Black on the edge, and Aiden got their first, and Luke got their second, and it was quite a.
And Bradley he's actually shaken up. He's down on a knee over by the sideline. It looks like we've got an official timeout right now. That was a.
I mean, when he took that hit from Brzezinskis, the second side of that hit, it was a serious collision, and when I saw him go down, I was a little worried.
And the health of Nick Bradley so much more important than anything that's going to happen here tonight, and we'll see what happens here.
And I know I probably sound like I'm blowing smoke, but his parents could have told him, listen, we don't want you playing football.
Yeah.
You have a Division I ride at an SEC school to pitch.
Honestly, I'm surprised he plays football. I really am.
I kind of was too when he decided that he definitely was going to play. Because I understood he was going to be the starter. I mean, it's for 4 years, he's going to be a 4-year starter there. So I was a little surprised myself. And we'll have to see if Theodore is the backup quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who's out there right now.
It is Theodore.
Okay.
And Theodore had a really good game here last year in Milford. He played quarterback most of that night. Theodore is going to check into the game here. He takes the snap on a 3rd and long, and he throws complete on a screen to Boersma, and Boersma will be brought down after a short gain, gets past the initial line. It'll be 4th and 9, and the Comets are going to punt on their opening possession. That DV defense just playing too well right now for the Comets.
Well, when you are not worried about the run, and you get those 2 guys out on the edge with no run or pass coverage responsibility, it's not a fun place to be back in that pocket, because it's not going to be there for long.
4th and about 8. Comets punt up coming. Ramirez and Corey We do have a flag.
That was Delaware Valley. Somebody on the far side. Oh, no, they're going to say it was false start. I thought DV jumped offside, but it looks like he was drawn offside.
Yeah, that's the call. So it'll be 4th and 13 as it backs up the Comets inside their own 35. DV leading 35-6 minute and a half into the second half.
Now, who is back to punt? Is it Theodore back there?
It is not. It is the kicker, Farrell, I believe. Jack Farrell gets a decent punt away. It'll bounce at the 40 and take a great roll for the Comets. And it'll be downed by Kevin Schmidt at the 31-yard line of Delaware Valley. Warriors have it 1st and 10 at their own 31, leading 35-6, 10-17 to go in the third. And the offense comes back out onto the field. All the starters are still out there. This might be the last time we see them tonight.
Well, I'd say until you got to that 35-point mark, you probably, you would see those guys out there.
Going to come out in the eye. Kalitsnik and Machado behind Olsmer. 2 receivers off to the right side of the formation. It's Ramirez and Corey. It's a handoff to Machado. I think Kalitsnik got going a little early there.
Yeah, I agree.
And they do have a flag, a false start.
A little antsy there by number 44, wanting to get into the line of scrimmage.
So it'll be 1st and 15. Back it up to the 26.
You don't want to get sloppy here.
No.
We understand what the situation is, but moving forward, you're not going to be playing one half of football.
You got to take some good habits into next week.
Yeah.
I think, too, the way this first half has gone, some of the big plays, this is a district title game, a chance to win an 8th in a row. For this class, for these seniors, they have only known district titles, of course. I think these guys are just fired up. I think someone like Kalitsnik, we know, the way he plays, he's probably just jacked up out there. He's going to get a give, goes up the middle, has a good gain, trips on the turf. Justin crosses the 35 up to the 36 on a gain of 10. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, did a nice job of kind of making up there for that penalty.
Give it right back to Justin, I think.
I'll tell you what, he's pretty good at that single setback.
Yeah. It's another give to Kalitsnik, goes up the middle, has some space, has a first down, crosses midfield up to the 49.
He looks so much like Henderson when he runs the football. He just, he refuses to go down. If you don't gang tackle him, he's not going to go down.
That's 16 more yards for the senior.
Sets up Delaware Valley
1st and 10 DV. They're at the 49 of the Comets.
49-yard line.
Warriors slowing down their offense a bit. No reason not to. 9:25 to go, third quarter.
Last update we had on the Southern Lehigh Whitehall score was halftime. Southern up 21-17.
Kalitsnik gets it again. Kalitsnik lowers his shoulders. Has a gain of 5 up to the 44 of the Comets.
For Delaware Valley.
Just keep feeding them.
Number 44 is hungry.
He is. He is.
Got Machado comes back onto the field there.
2nd and 5 at the 44. Sticking with that eye set. Kalitsnik, Machado behind Olsmer. Looks like Logan kept it himself.
Yeah.
That was not well executed on that option play, and Olsmer got back to the line. Might have gotten a yard.
Yeah, that.
Gain of about a yard on the
Am I mistaken? Did Justin went to the left?
Yeah.
There was no fake actually there. There was definitely a little mix-up there of some kind.
It looks like somehow that was a gain of 2 up to the 42. I
fell forward.
Okay. So it'll be 3rd and 3 at the 42. Olsmer in the gun. Kalitsnik standing to his right. Logan takes the snap, looks to the left. He's under pressure, and he's going to go down.
Yeah,
Sack on the play.
That is not the direction you want to go. He was under pressure pretty quick, but he rolled kind of right into it, unfortunately. And now they have it's going to be 4th and time to punt is what it is.
Yep. Jackson Drake in on the sack. Loss of 7. Backs the Warriors up to their own 49, and Logan Olsmer will punt it away to the Comets.
And that was not. Those last 2 plays didn't look very, very pretty.
No. 7:40 remaining, third quarter. Good punt here from Logan Olsmer. Fair catch signaled and hauled in at the 15-yard line by Anthony Cura. 1st and 10 Comets at that spot.
Cura makes a fair catch.
I will say on that 3rd and 4, I'm surprised DV threw the ball, but I like that they did because those are situations next week. You're going to have 3rd and 4, and you might need to throw for it. Yeah. I like trying to do it there. It didn't work out, but...
Yeah, I mean, if you hand the ball to Klitschko, he's going to get a first down there.
Yeah, they definitely would have gotten it, even if you needed 4th down. You're getting those 4 yards, but, try something else. Try to work on something that moving forward you'll need.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just, they did not block it well up front, and Logan was under pressure, and down he goes.
Comets moving from our left to our right. 1st and 10 at their own 15. 35-6 DV, 7.5 to go, 3rd quarter. Nick Bradley's under center, hands it off to Boersma, and Boersma is contacted immediately. That defensive line came through. Ventucci, Fauble, those names that we call so often. Colton Handy was in there as well. It's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that's, early in this second half, Abington has not been able to move the ball on the ground like they were in the first half. It was pretty effective in that first half, but thus far here, not so much.
See if we can get any more updates. It still looks like it's 21-17 from what I can tell. Southern Lehigh on top of Whitehall. 7:20 to go.
Well,
we do have a whistle on the field.
Well, Mr. Ventucci came across the line of scrimmage and
knocked down the center.
We'll have to see if he was drawn across or not. Yep, indeed he was. So
Ball start.
A little salt in the wound there if you're the center for Abington.
Yeah.
2nd and 15. Abington Heights from their own 10-yard line.
So Comets going in the wrong direction here on this drive thus far.
2nd and 15 backed up to their own 10. Theodore in the gun. Still no Nick Bradley. Theodore under pressure, throws complete across the middle. Ball is on the ground. They're going to call it incomplete. Justin Klitschko knocked it away.
Great coverage there by Justin.
Got another Comet shaken up. And Nick Bradley's night might be over.
Well, I mean, there's no reason to put his health in danger.
No.
He's a sophomore. He's got 2 more years, and we know obviously that his right arm is very valuable as well. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense, that's for sure.
And
down by 20 now.
A guy like Coach Repshis is going to do the right thing.
Right.
3rd and long now for the Comets. 3rd and 15 at their own 10. Theodore rolling out to the left under pressure of Jake Albaugh. Keeping the play alive is Theodore. Now Aiden Black tried to wrap him up, and Theodore just kind of flung it away.
Yeah. He was outside the tackle box.
Yep.
He just needed to, the ball just needed to get to the 10-yard line.
Yep. Yeah, he got it to about the 13 to avoid grounding. And if it was grounding, it would have been a safety. It was in the end zone.
Yes.
So that was a strange play rolling out. You had Albaugh there, and then Aiden Black as well, and nothing materialized downfield. A few times now we've had those. That wasn't a coverage sack, but it was a coverage forced throwaway where the defensive backfield held up.
Yeah, Theodore was kind of forced out of the pocket pretty quickly there, and Albaugh was basically kind of on top of him, sort of in a difficult position to be able to make a pass.
It's Jack Farrell back for another punt, standing at his own end zone and awaiting this kick. We've got Ramirez at the 40-yard line of the Comets. Fair catch signaled by Corey. It's on the ground. I think it hit his hands.
I don't know.
And it's recovered by the Comets.
2 weeks in a row.
Corey signaled for a fair catch. He had to go down on a knee to try to haul it in. It hit off his hands. He's thrown up his hands as if he was contacted. I don't think he was.
Well, they're not going to give it to him either way, I can tell you that.
So the Comets recover it, and they'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 36.
I'll tell you what, Sean Canale got pretty darn close to blocking that punt, too. So that's something that DV's going to have to clean up, because we've seen that a couple times in the last couple weeks.
Toss play here and a good gain. Really nice run for a first down. Checking into the game was Dominic Vergnetti. He picks up about 15, maybe more, up to the 49 of Delaware Valley.
Number 25, Dominic Vergnetti on the carry for about 12.
It was at the 36. 15 yards there for Vergnetti up to the 49 of DV.
Just when I said that the running game had kind of gone to sleep,
Yeah.
Vergnetti comes in and shoves that one right in my face.
That was his first touch of the game. Theodore in the gun. Rolling out to the right. There is a flag here. Under pressure, it's incomplete. Intended target was Schmidt.
Let's see what the call is here. False start. What?
You got below that play dead.
Well, I don't understand. If that's...
Yeah, there have been a few times where a false start has been called and a play has been allowed to be run. And you're putting players at risk for nothing.
Yeah.
That was not a play.
That shouldn't ever happen. That should never happen. No, it could have been in legal formation. Yeah, you know, Chris Ross here, our announcer tonight, stepping in for Mr. Neidig, who's on vacation this week. And it could have been, but normally they would give you a signal of some kind. But.
Yeah, they're just giving that kind of illegal procedure call. 1st and 15, Comets backed up to their own side of the field, and DV jumped this time, I think. I think Brzezinskis.
Another flag on the play. Encroachment.
Brzezinskis came across the line.
Yeah, he did.
Beckham Fernandez checks out. DV going to bring Pasquale Ventucci back out onto the field for a 1st and 10.
Back to the base defense.
Yeah, so we had that illegal procedure or false start. Then we had the offside penalty to give the 5 yards back. 1st and 10 at the 49 of DV. Comets have it, trailing 35-6, 5:55 to go third quarter. Theodore is under center here with Vergnetti behind him. Theodore throwing across the middle. Complete. Big hit. Knocked away. It's on the ground. We've got a flag coming in.
That's a terrible call.
The ball was recovered by the Comets at the 30. It was a completed pass. Quite a bit to sort out here. Sespico received the pass at about the 35. Huge hit there from, I believe, Machado. They're going to get Ryder for a high hit, but I think it's...
I didn't see any helmet
contact. It was more
contact.
of a shoulder-to-shoulder hit.
Exactly.
It's, this happened, and we see this at the NFL level too, where a really violent hit, even a clean one, a clean violent hit sometimes draws a penalty, and that's what happened there. The crowd is not too happy. So that ball ended up caught, fumbled, recovered at the 30, and now we're going to have probably 15 yards tacked on from the 30. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 15 for the Comets.
Yeah, I don't know. This is the problem. I understand that trying to make the game safer, but when you make a legal hit, and you have it, you're contacting shoulder pads. I'm not sure what a defender is supposed to do.
Yeah, they're going to be violent hits in a football game.
I mean,
you just don't want them to be dirty. That was not dirty.
No.
Sespico getting walked off to the sideline. Hopefully just the wind knocked out of him a bit.
Yeah.
That was a tough hit, but a great one from Machado. Really perfectly timed. That's what you love to see from your safety across the middle. And Ryder Machado, he gets penalized there, but he adds to his strong night with a great hit.
Yeah.
So it is going to be 1st and 10 Comets. It'll be at the 15 of DV. 5:48 remaining third quarter. Delaware Valley up 35-6 in this district title game. See if there's any updates from Southern Lehigh. Southern Lehigh adds to their lead. And with 7:35 to go in the third quarter, the Spartans lead it 28-17 over Whitehall.
1st and 10 from the Delaware Valley 15.
First and 10 at the 15. Both teams back out onto the field now. You think about this Abington Heights passing attack, so limited at this point. Fedor obviously out of the game. Theodore has had to transition from his receiver spot to quarterback. Really, the Comets down 2 of their best receiving threats. Theodore dropping back, throwing it up to the end zone.
That looked picked.
Intercepted.
Yep.
Jackson Corey takes it away. Jackson Corey with the interception at the 1-yard line. DV will have it 1st and 10.
Yeah, that was just a little too telegraphed right there, and It looked like Delaware Valley had double coverage over in that area, and Corey knew he had safety help over the top. Stepped right in front.
Devi is in a tough spot here. They've got the ball spotted inside the one.
Jeez.
So you got to be careful here.
Yeah. Well, I would assume you're going to get the heavy package here.
Give it to Kalitsnik. 1st and 10 inside the 1. It is the heavy set. Kalitsnik, Justin Estevez, and Ryder Machado. Ball is on the ground. Snap bobbled. Warriors fell on it. I think even if they did, it's going to be a safety. It's either a safety or a Comets touchdown. Let's see the call. It's a safety.
What happened there?
I think the ball just hit off Logan Olsmer's hands on the
But
snap.
nobody else moved. It seemed like there was some kind of miscommunication there on the snap count, I think. I think they were trying to go hard count to get the extra yardage, and somebody didn't have the information up front.
Fortunately for the Warriors, they did recover the fumble. Unfortunately, still points for the Comets, 2 of them on the safety to make it 35-8. And now Abington Heights is going to get the football back as well.
And we get the all too rare free kick coming in here.
Yeah, we haven't seen, I don't know if we've seen any of these this year.
Not in one of these games. Not in one of the Delaware Valley games. Very strange.
It's been a pretty sloppy third quarter here for Delaware Valley.
It has, and, you know, we kind of talked about, look, you're not up 35. You need to be, you need to be productive here. Don't get sloppy. You got to play. You're going to have to play 4 quarters moving forward.
Yeah. And Coach Olsmer, I'm sure, is pretty fired up on the sideline right now.
I'm sure he is.
You were playing a great first half. Everyone's feeling good. I'm sure it was a pretty celebratory halftime locker room. And now you don't want to end on a sour note.
Yep.
You really don't. You want to be able to go in. And I expect the starting offense to come back out no matter what happens here with the Comets, because you want a good possession to kind of end your night on.
Yes.
And Devi's been sloppy here. A couple of fumbles.
Free kick for Delaware Valley. Back deep for Abington Heights.
Logan Olsmer
Number 21, Anthony Kura. And number
will
15.
free kick this away from the 15. Pretty high short kick. Fielded around midfield. It's actually on the ground. It's on the ground. See who came away with this. It took a weird hop off of the muff.
I'm guessing Abington came up with it.
We're able to fall on top of it.
Recovered by Abington Heights.
It's going to be 1st and 10 Comets at their own 48. 5:18 to go third quarter. This has been really just odd. Odd third quarter.
It has indeed.
The first half had such rhythm to it, and this third quarter has been choppy.
Yeah, it's been disjointed for sure.
Devi's still up by 27. Theodore is under center. He fakes the give to Cura. He's rolling out to the right. Theodore under pressure of Aiden Black, throws it away, incomplete.
Sean Theodore's pass.
That's if you're an opposing quarterback, that's just got to be one of the most uncomfortable positions to be put in. You're out in the middle of nowhere. You're in no man's land. There's no blocking in front of you right now. And 87 is got his ears pinned back.
I would not want him running after me. 2nd and 10, and I already said it, but Abington Heights, the passing game is so limited at this point.
Yeah.
It's hard to have anything materialize downfield. 2nd and 10 at the 48. Theodore in the gun. It's a handoff here to Boersma. Austin Boersma crosses midfield, gets up to the 49 of DV for a pickup of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
I get it. You need to try to keep that defensive line
Wrapped up by number 33.
a little bit honest, because the kind of pressure they've been bringing into the backfield on Theodore and company has been pretty significant here the last quarter and a half.
Whitehall has answered, and it's 28-24 Southern Lehigh now after a Zephyrs touchdown. That game is in the late moments of the third quarter. 3rd and long here. Theodore stepping up, Theodore got away from Black for a second, but Alba was there to clean it up. It's a sack, and it'll be 4th and long.
Theodore sacked by number 87.
See what Coach Refshis is going to do here. Looks
there is a flag, and you know what? I think it might be Alba. Yeah. And you know what? This is a personal foul. It's on Alba, and it's a good call because he kind of stood over him. He sort of taunted him after the play. It's a valid call, and Alba is going to be called to the sideline now.
Yeah, and he's going to be talked to about it. Coach Donnelly is going to give him a
he is
talking to
right in his face. It really an awful penalty to take. I know you're fired up.
It's a dumb penalty.
I know you're fired up, but
and Jake's a smart kid.
Yeah,
he's not
one of the senior leaders.
You know, he's very intelligent, and he knows better.
Yeah. So it's going to be first down Comets now as the ball moves inside the DV40 up to the 37. 4 minutes to go, third quarter. This has not been the best quarter. Oh, man, and now we've got more movement along the line.
There.
Flag on the play.
This has been
so sloppy. This third quarter has been... I mean, really, the first half was pretty sloppy, too.
Yeah.
False start.
False start on the Comets.
That'll make it 1st and 15.
I got to say,
like the first couple weeks of the season.
Yeah, this is one of the worst stretches Delaware Valley has played all year. I really believe that. They have not looked like this in a long time. They got to get honed back in and focused here. 1st and 15, Theodore dropping back, stepping up in the pocket. Theodore looking downfield. Ooh. Theodore is dropped. The ball is on the ground. It might be a fumble. They're going to call it an incomplete pass. Wow.
Really?
Wow. I mean, yeah.
All right.
Somehow that's an incomplete pass.
It's a long ways away from us, so.
Couldn't see who it was that got in there. And now there's a late flag again.
My goodness.
Flag on the play.
Personal? No, they're going to call grounding.
Okay.
All right.
Although, how do you... Well, the ball didn't reach the line of scrimmage.
Yep. So that's a loss
because he was clearly
down.
Outside the tackle box there.
Yep. It's going to back it up to the 47. The Comets will have it on the 47 of DV.
And
3:42. Yep. 3:42 to go in the third. 35-8 Delaware Valley leads. Oh, they're gonna knock it back even further.
Well, yeah, it's from the point that he let go of the football. It's what it's supposed to be.
Intentional grounding is a spot foul, I thought.
Yes.
So that's where he let go of it at the.
That's what they're saying. Apparently.
At his own 48. The referees are having a tough time here. Oh, they're gonna get together now.
This is not good.
No.
This is not. This is not a penalty that's that unusual.
No, no. This is a spot foul, and to me,
it's a spot foul and a loss of down.
Yeah, to me it was more. I feel like they thought there was yardage tacked on.
I didn't see exactly. I couldn't see where he let go of the football.
I thought it was more the 48 of DV. The refs still huddled together, deciding on what they're going to do with this football. As I said a few moments ago, Whitehall did score. That game, it's been really back and forth. We'll see. Wow. And Whitehall has just scored again on a recovered fumble, and suddenly the Zephyrs lead 31-28. So 14 unanswered points for Whitehall, and they lead Southern Lehigh by 3. Again, the winner of that game takes on the winner of this game in a week. Whitehall ended Delaware Valley's season a year ago.
They're still...
This should not be this difficult.
No, this is
I have
pretty
no idea.
Basic call to make.
They're going to stick with it at the 48-yard line. Comets have it second and about a million at their own 48. Sean Theodore swings it out. It's complete to Schmidt. Schmidt crosses midfield. He gets pushed out of bounds at the 48-47. They're going to give him the 47 on a gain of about 5. Third and, what do we have here? Try to do math in my head. Third and 18? Third and 18, I think.
Yeah, it looks about
12.
No, maybe more 20.
Yeah. Yeah, third and 20. Third and 20.
The Delaware Valley 47-yard line.
Very, very odd third quarter.
3.5 minutes left in it. Comets have 2 plays to try to get a first down, and we've got another stoppage.
Got another false start, it looks like to me, against Abington.
Yeah, and you get it from this offensive line. You want to get any edge you can against this pass rush of the Warriors.
Well, yeah, third and 20. I mean, you know what's coming.
Yeah. Yeah, you got Aiden Black ready to go. You got Luke Brzezinski raring to go. Justin Kalitsnik. Could see him coming up the middle, too.
Yeah, Aiden Black's kind of practicing some of his hand moves
he's
here.
Ready to go. Yeah. Feel for the right tackle here. So it's 3rd and 25, back to the Comet side of the field. Theodore gets it away quickly, complete to Schmidt. Schmidt works his way inside the 45 and up to about the 41 of DV. It's still going to be 4th and very long. 4th and maybe 13 upcoming. And in fact, Coach Repshis is sending out his special teams crew.
Gain of about 11 on the play.
Interesting.
14.
Looks like, as you said, they will bring out the punt team here.
So the
which is kind of
defense held
surprising considering what they did in the first half.
Yeah.
They were basically in the same situation.
Yeah, it was actually worse. It was 4th and 17. This is 4th and 14. Jack Farrell is on for another punt. Farrell barely able to get it away. Then Black came in. Bounces around the 25, rolls inside the 20, and it's down at the 17.
Number 20,
DV will have it.
Downs the punt.
And really, DV's got to put together an offensive possession. I know that this game is essentially over at 35-8.
But still.
You want a good offensive possession. You want something to feel good about going into next week.
Yeah.
Because this has not been a successful quarter of play. We do have a Comet down on the field. Let's take a break here. 2:38 to go third quarter. DV leads by 27. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on Light 106.9.
When it's time to eat, it's Primetime Meats in Milford. Primetime Meats has the freshest quality meats with great everyday low prices, so you can make meals your family will love for less. Kenny and his staff can even make cooking recommendations. Primetime Meats also has food to go, including subs, sandwiches, hot lunch items, and more. You can even save time and order online at primetimemeatspa.com. Check out daily and weekly specials online, too. When it's time to eat, it's Primetime Meats in Milford.
Everyone has a community, a neighborhood, school, kids' teams, where you worship, work out, or any other place or group where you choose to belong. Communities can provide support when you need it, and even when you don't know you do. Like when it comes to preventing underage drinking and other substance use. Community members can be your eyes and ears when you're not with your kids and alert you to signs of potential problems. Learn more at talktheyhearyu.samhsa.gov.
Warriors football on WYNY Milford, Light 106.9. This is Light 106.9, your home for Delaware Valley sports. This is Warriors football on the Light.
Whitehall 31, Southern Lehigh 20.
Anthony Chilari was the injured Comet, able to walk off under his own power to the sideline. And now the Warriors offense heads back out onto the field, leading 35-8, 2:38 to go here in the third. 1st and 10 at their own 18, Warriors moving from right to left.
Delaware Valley opens up.
You'd love to see
from their own 18-yard line.
one of those offensive possessions like we saw in the first half here.
Yeah. I would agree.
Starters are still out there as you'd expect them to be. And it's Olsmer in the gun, Kalitsnik standing to his right, 3 receivers to the right. It's Corey Ramirez and Machado. Handoff goes to Kalitsnik, who's up the middle, has space, explodes through the 30, the 40, 50 into Comets territory. Kalitsnik inside the 30, 20, gone! Kalitsnik, 82 yards to the house. 41-8 DV, 2:25 to go in the third.
Well, I'll tell you what. They did a nice job of really spreading Abington Heights out there on that play. And basically, the 2 linebackers were essentially spread out almost at each end of the line. And once he got through the initial line of scrimmage, there was literally nobody there.
No. Well, that wasn't exactly a elongated drive, but
no.
Quality exclamation point on the night. High snap, handled, brought down, and a good kick from Everett Bell. Nice job by Corey and Bell. 42-8 with 2:25 to go in the third. Olsmer Clark Insurance play summary. One play, 82. I love the Olsmer Clark Insurance play summaries.
Yes, not drive.
One play, 82 yards. Justin Kalitsnik doing what he does. One of his best plays of the season. And he gets into the end zone for the 6th time this year.
Yeah, I'll tell you, you don't realize how fast Justin is.
No, you really don't.
Until you see him when he gets in the open field like that. He's got a gear.
Yeah.
He's
not just a big bruiser.
No.
He has some giddy up too.
He just doesn't normally get a chance to get in the open space.
Yeah, because he's usually handling the ball in short yardage situations.
Right. Yeah, he's usually being contacted within a couple yards, 3, 4, or 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. He doesn't get a wide open field to run through like that.
But you know what? Hey, you could tell. Kalitsnik was fired up earlier in this quarter.
He was fired up at the end of that Abington Heights possession.
Yes,
on the punt. He was really jacked up at the end of that play.
Since that false start that he took from his fullback position.
Yeah.
It just seemed like he's out there really juiced up right now, and he was able to come through with a big play. I'm sure he's feeling pretty good on the sideline right now.
Unfortunately, because of the safety, we're at 34 points, not 35.
Yes. So no running clock.
No running clock here. And you know what? Maybe that's not a terrible thing for DV. They've had a lot of those situations the last few weeks, and I don't know that that's great for them at this point in the season.
Yeah, you want to play like a full game, essentially. Still no update from Southern Lehigh. Score, as far as we know, is 31-28 Whitehall at this point.
31-28. That's been quite the back and forth game.
Barring overtime there, that game will probably end before hours here. Kickoff bounces past Anthony Cura, and he's going to have to pick it up inside the 5. He's in trouble now. Cura crosses the 10, but he's brought down. Good coverage by DV, and that one, that was never going to go anywhere after the way it just kind of rolled slowly.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't shooting into the end zone.
No. Yeah, you couldn't risk that if your Cura had to pick it up. At this point, if you're the Comets, wouldn't surprise me if we just saw them kind of try to run the ball.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think that decision to punt on 4th down this last possession was a concession.
I would agree with that as well.
And you don't want to put your guys at risk. We've talked about it. You've got these edge rushers. They are just, they are ready to go. And we are going to see a handoff here on 1st down. I believe it's Cura. No space for him to operate. Gets back to the line. Might have picked up a yard. 2:10 to go, 3rd quarter. DV up 42-8.
Carry by number 21, Anthony Cura.
The touchdowns tonight, 4 of them from Ryder Machado, and then 1 each from Kalitsnik and Isolino.
2nd and 9.
Yeah, since the first half, Ryder Machado's been pretty lazy.
I don't think he's touched the ball in the 3rd quarter.
No, for good reason in my mind.
Yes, agreed. 2nd and 9. Theodore, the quarterback, is under center. It's Boersma, the fullback, behind him. Theodore rolling to the right, throwing incomplete off the hands of Gavin Anders. And to the turf.
Theodore's pass incomplete, intended for number 20.
Yeah, it's tough,
Number 18.
Basically, Abington is missing their number 1 and 2 wideouts right now. At least the way Theodore was playing during this game, He was definitely the number 1 option.
Yeah, he had filled into the number 1 spot. So it's 3rd and 9 now at the 14. Minute and a half left in the 3rd. Theodore will take a shotgun snap here with Boersma standing to his right. 3 receivers to the right of the set. Theodore under pressure, steps up, throws downfield, deflected, and intercepted. Isolino takes it away, and DV will have it 1st down inside the 30 of the Comets.
Well, you could see that as soon as he went into that shotgun, Brzezinskis took 2 steps out wider because he knows there's no chance for that tackle to be able to get an angle on him. And he was back in there, and there was pressure on Theodore before he really could do anything. Got rid of the football, but it was under duress at the time, and I'm sure he would prefer to have that one back.
Tyler Bird checks into the game. He's at the quarterback position, and Isolino is the tailback here. Kalitsnik remains in. Play action fake. Bird looking, throwing complete. Aiden Black has a first down. He's inside the 15. He's still going inside the 10. Still chugging along inside the 5. Big gain from Aiden Black. Picks up about 20 there. They're going to give it to the 6, it looks like. It'll be first and goal.
Tyler Bird getting some
the 10-yard line to the 6.
reps here late in the third.
Nice throw there from Bird.
Yeah, just a nice, quick out to Aiden Black, and then, you get a guy that size out in the secondary. Yeah. He is not easy to bring down.
Ryder Machado back into the game. We'll see if he gets a chance at a 5th touchdown tonight. Power I, Kalitsnik, Justin Estevez, and Machado in. First and goal from the 6. Bird takes the snap, hands to Machado. Machado stiff arm inside the 5. Machado into the end zone. He lives there. 5 touchdowns for Machado tonight. And it's 48-8 Delaware Valley. Half a minute to go in the third.
Touchdown tonight.
That's, what are you going to do there? I mean, you think you got him bottled up, and he just bounces it outside, and he's fast enough to get to the edge. He's not a sprinter type speed, but he's got game speed, I guess is the way I would put it.
Everett Bell's kick is no good. There was some pressure off the edge. He misses, and it'll stay as a 40-point DV lead. Ryder Machado has 28 touchdowns this season now. Let's take a break. DV leads 48-8. They're closing in on an 8th consecutive district championship. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on Light 106.9.
I just had another dizzy spell and almost fell. I'm scared they will get worse and never go away.
You're not alone. 69 million people suffer from dizziness and vertigo.
I wonder if there's help.
There is. The Vestibular Disorders Association has a helpline at 800-837-8428 or visit liferebalanced.org.
Can you repeat that?
800-837-8428 or liferebalanced.org.
Sponsored by the Vestibular Disorders Association.
Yard by yard, play by play. This is Warriors football on Light 106.9.
District championship number 8 in a row. DV's going to accomplish it here tonight. 48-8 is the score. Half a minute to go in the third quarter. We've got another Olsemer Clark Insurance Drive summary for you after yet another Ryder Machado touchdown.
2 plays, 27 yards, capped off by the 6-yard Machado touchdown jaunt. Everett Bell with his first miss tonight. Yeah. 48-8, Delaware Valley, 30 seconds to go in the third.
Got a kickoff coming from Everett Bell. Sends it into the night, and it's hauled in by Kevin Schmidt at his own 10. He crosses the 20. He's brought down.
That was a great play there by Jaden Ramirez on coverage.
It was.
Number 15, Kevin Schmidt.
Comets will start at their own 25.
Yep, coming from that gunner spot. Never touched, actually tracked him down from behind.
From their own 25-yard line.
Nice play there by the senior wideout.
Ramirez has quietly had a great night as a special teamer.
Yeah.
So first and 10 Comets at their own 25. Clock will roll now with the 40-point DV lead. 20 seconds to go in the third. We'll see if the Comets, they're going to have to snap it once.
Yes.
Boersma's the back. Theodore drops back, throws to the far side. Low throw incomplete. And that will do it for quarter number 3. DV 12 minutes away now. They lead 48-8. We'll be right back for the final quarter of action. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football. 106.9 and on the Light 106.9 app.
Happy kids heal faster. That's why Starlight Children's Foundation is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids. Being in a hospital facing painful treatments takes away from the happiness of childhood. But that's where Starlight comes in. We provide entertainment, comfort, and distraction through Starlight gaming, hospital gowns, and toy deliveries to bring smiles to over 800 hospitals. Starlight programs are what happiness is made of. Learn more at starlight.org.
Yard by yard, play by play. This is Warriors football on Light 106.9.
Local agents that protect what means most.
Back here for the final quarter of this one. DV leading 48-8 at the start of the fourth quarter. It's going to be another district championship for Coach Olsmer and the Warriors. 12 more minutes to go. Got a couple of community announcements for you in a second. First, score update. Whitehall has scored again. It's 21 unanswered for the Zephyrs. They now lead Southern Lehigh by 10. It is the fourth quarter there, and we might get a rematch of last year's first-round state game. DV went down to Whitehall last year. They lost. This year would be up in Milford. Got another flag along the line.
Yeah.
Give you those community announcements. We've got showing of Beauty and the Beast. That's going to be put on by the Delaware Valley Middle School on November 17th, 18th, and 19th. That's at the DV High School Auditorium. Tickets are available for purchase at www.onthestage.tickets/ bunch of numbers and letters.
Yes,
but
you can, if you go to the Delaware Valley School District Facebook, they have that posted, that link in there.
Yeah, that's a better way. That's a better way of putting it than the gibberish that I was spewing. Austin Boersma runs off tackle, has a decent gain on second down, but again, yeah, the Delaware Valley Middle School performing Beauty and the Beast Junior on November 17th through 19th at the high school auditorium. And as Craig said, go to the DVSD Facebook page and you can get ticket information there. And also we've got Dingman Delaware Middle School, the drama club, will be performing Seussical on Thursday, November 16th at 7 p.m. It's also going to be following a spaghetti dinner that starts at 5 p.m. Some really fun events planned for the middle schoolers. Here's a third and short. Bubble screen outside to Schmidt. He's got a first down. Schmidt crosses the 45, nears midfield.
Theodore's pass complete.
And it's also free senior community night there for that performance of Seussical by the Dingman Delaware Middle School Drama Club.
Timeout on the field.
We have I think it's an Abington player down.
Yeah. It looks like cramping. For that one, to reserve your seats, you can call the Dingman Delaware Middle School office at 570-296-3143. Again, 570-296-3143 to reserve your seats for next Thursday's performance.
So the two middle schools putting on some drama.
Yeah, Seussical and Beauty and the Beast Junior.
Will it be the Seussical musical? I wonder.
11:06 to go in our game here, and Comet still tending to that player. Again, it seemed like it was a cramp the way he was being stretched out initially by his teammate, and some coaches, training staff are out on the field now. Looks like Coach Repshis is out there.
Take a look here at some updated scores from the MPF Network and EPAfootball.com. Valley View winners 20-0 over Wyoming area. That's a final.
20-0?
20-0.
So they'll be taking on Dallas next week for a title.
One would think Dallas is up 48-22. So Nanticoke able to put up some points there.
Trojans.
Yeah. That one's late. That's in the fourth. Fourth quarter, Dunmore still 13-7 over Riverside.
Wow.
So interesting and defensive struggle there.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that.
Place at Dunmore.
Yeah.
Lackawanna Trail 47-6 final. Winners over Morrisville.
So they'll be moving on to, I guess, next week be considered the first round of states, or it's still another sub-region?
Yeah.
It's semantics.
Well, technically, yes. So this was a sub-regional.
Next week
they'll play the winner of the District 11 game.
Okay.
That's between Minersville and School Haven. I believe they're playing tonight. I haven't seen a score for that yet. I'll try an effort to find something there.
Yeah, let's see if we could find a score for that. Lackawanna Trail, they've got as good a chance as anyone in the district, I think, of going deep in the state playoffs.
Yeah, at the A level, it's you don't have to be a juggernaut. Yeah, looks like it's at Minersville up 21-12.
Yeah,
late in the third quarter there.
Yeah. So could be them against Lackawanna Trail next week. The injured Comet was Kevin Schmidt, and he too was able to walk off to the sideline. Been a tough night for the Comets.
It has. Things kind of started off pretty decent in the first half.
Yeah.
They did move the football initially.
Did. Boersma, good run here on first down. He works his way over to the DV side of the field.
Number 28, Austin.
I apologize. It's Minersville's playing Marian Catholic, not
Schuylkill Haven.
Not Schuylkill Haven, my bad.
Second and 1.
How could you get that wrong?
I don't know. It was a terrible mistake. You know what? I read it somewhere else earlier in the day, and I didn't question it at the time, and I should have. Maybe the surprise of the night so far, Parkland and Emmaus. Now, Parkland's like number 2 team in the state.
Okay.
Tied at 7 in the third.
Wow. Yeah. First down, Comets, and here's a screen pass that's going to be ruled incomplete. Bounced off the intended target's hands. That was Thomas Rossini. Hadn't called that name yet, the senior. So it'll be 2nd and 10, Comets at the 41 of DV. Clock ticks inside of 10 minutes to go. Warriors up 48-8. And you know what, Craig, I think we should take just a moment right now to just really acknowledge what DV's about to do. They're going to win an 8th consecutive district title. That's
you're talking 2 generations of players, basically.
Yeah. It's pretty remarkable. The seniors here, they were 10 years old.
Yeah.
They were 10 years old when this run started.
9 and 10 years old.
The freshmen were 6. They probably don't even remember the days of when this started, and now they're a part of it.
No, and to be honest, even before that, the program was already well established.
Mm-hmm. Nice run by the Comets, moves the ball inside the DV 25. Again, our score right now, 48-8. Theodore at quarterback, and Boersma, the back behind him. He's looked good here. Another give to Boersma. This time, he's not going to get away. Broke 1 tackle, not the second. Loss of 2, maybe 3. The DV front played it really tough right there.
Yeah, we'll try and get some eyes on who's out there right now, because it's not the starting defense right now.
Abington Heights.
See if we have a change in that.
Loss of about 3 on the plate.
Looks like Whitehall may have turned Southern Lehigh over on downs.
Make it 2nd and 13.
Under 6 minutes to go. The Zephyrs still lead by 10.
From the Delaware Valley 25.
So we are inching ever closer to being able to confirm the rematch from a year ago.
So Caramano, Jaden Martinez, and Colin Gainley right now out there.
Theodore's
defensive line.
Second down pass was deflected at the line.
Theodore's pass intended for number 20.
It's going to be 3rd and 13 at the 25, 7:50 to go.
Take that back. Sean Finan, along defensive line, along with Tegan Handy at 1 outside linebacker, and Josh Ryan at the other side here.
He's kind of been that third guy at that outside linebacker position lately. Theodore drops back on 3rd and long, throws off the hands of Shane Brower. It's 4th down.
Theodore's pass intended for number 5.
I don't know the total number of drops by the Comets tonight, but it is a significant number.
It is. Adrian Klassen out there at safety right now. Sean Canale at corner.
From the Delaware Valley 25-yard line.
Along with Chris Eisloffel at corner.
See if DV can force one more turnover. 4th and 13. Comets have it at the 25 of the Warriors. Under 7 to go. DV up by 40. Theodore drops back, throws one up, far side. Never had a chance. Incomplete. Warriors will take over at their own 25. 6.5 to go here in the primetime meets fourth quarter.
Delaware Valley will take over on down.
Should be able to
First and 10.
take quite a chunk off of this clock here.
And another part, Craig, of this remarkable kind of run that DV is on, came in, said they had allowed 32 points over the last 6 games. It's now 40 points in a 7-game stretch if they don't allow another point tonight. DV started 0-3, and they had kind of gotten bludgeoned by Harrisburg and Downingtown East. We didn't know what to think of this team.
Yeah.
And
you don't know how good Harrisburg and Downingtown East is at the time.
Yes.
You just don't know.
And you know what, another thing, too, early in the season, we didn't know how good the other teams in the area were. So
Right.
Abington Heights, they got off to a good start. Week 1, they lose to Dallas by 3, and we're thinking, Dallas is supposed to be pretty good.
Right.
Abington Heights pushed them like that. The Comets might be pretty good. Scranton came out of the gates hot. And it's looking like, wow, DV might, that district championship streak might end.
And then Wilkes-Barre went on a run.
Yes, they looked pretty good early on.
I mean, going into that game,
yes,
we thought that was going to be a good football game.
We did. And outside of Scranton Prep, Delaware Valley for a month and a half now has just dominated. There's no other word to use. Chris Eislaffel in the game now taking some carries. Eislaffel, of course, had that nice special teams tackle earlier in the game.
But, you felt like that Valley View game wasn't a blowout, but they won by 3 scores. I mean, it wasn't close.
Outside the first quarter, they handled them pretty easily.
Wow, nice move there.
Yeah, what a run by Adrian Klassen. Going down the sideline inside the 30.
I'll tell you what, that was a nifty run.
He's fired up, and his teammates love it on the sideline. That is great to see.
Adrian Klassen.
The junior.
Yes.
With a big gain. Klassen came in.
Look.
Just a couple of touches all season, and he sprung one there.
What'd they call? Oh, they threw a flag.
Oh, man, it gets wiped out with a hold.
Oh, that's a killer. The fans are none too pleased.
4.5 to go in this game.
That was a really, really nifty run there by Klassen, though. He did a lot of work in that first 5 or 6 yards.
Coming up in a few minutes, we have our post-game show. We'll name our Warrior of the game. Spoiler alert, it's somebody who's going to get his 5th of the year. And
5 touchdowns.
Something like his 10th of the last 3 seasons. I mean, since I've been here, he leads the way by a pretty significant amount for Warriors of the game.
Another update. I'm not sure what the last update score, but I have 45-28 now.
They tacked on another.
So,
game's done.
Yeah, that game's basically over.
Warriors Zephyrs here in a week.
You know what? We talked about this during the week, and I know you kind of felt Southern Lehigh because they definitely were better than last year.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you what, that schedule that Whitehall has to. I mean, listen, you think Delaware Valley's schedule is tough? Mm-hmm. Whitehall is. I mean, that is just murderer's row that they play through down there. They play Parkland. They play Nazareth. They play Emmaus. They play every one of those big schools down in District 11. That is, in my opinion, probably it's one of the
Game about 3 on the play brings up 3rd.
3 or 4 most difficult conferences in the state of Pennsylvania.
From their own
arguably top 3 on a yearly basis.
And it was mentioned up here in the box, too. When you get late in a playoff game, a close game, the fact that Whitehall, they're beating opponents by 40 every week.
Oh, you mean Southern.
Right, that's what I meant. Yeah, excuse me. Southern Lehigh, they're winning games by 40 every week. You're not prepared for a close game. Whitehall, they've been You just said that it's every week's a grind. Every week is a battle.
Every week.
You couldn't be more battle tested. They're not going to be scared. They were down 28-17 in the second half, and what have they done? They've rattled off 28 consecutive points. So they took a real punch tonight from Southern Lehigh, and they responded in a pretty resounding way.
They did. So, those are the things that worry. Obviously early in the season, Delaware Valley plays that schedule for that reason.
Yes.
But when you get into this league schedule, you do get a little bit worried about how the last 3-4 games of the season go.
Devy's going to tack on another touchdown on a 48-yard run by Noah Dello.
Number 41.
All right, Noah.
Noah Dello on the carry.
Wow.
For Delaware Valley.
48-yard touchdown run. That was his first or second touch of the season.
Yes.
And it was a great one.
Congratulations, Noah.
And Devy is up 54-8. With 2:11 to go in this game, this is the biggest win of the season for Delaware Valley.
It didn't start off necessarily that way. And the third quarter wouldn't have given you those feelings.
45-28, that's the score right now for Whitehall. Probably very late stages, maybe about 3 minutes to go in that one. 2:11 to go in our game here. We've got a whistle before the extra point. Craig, we're going to get to test your long-running theory of...
Oh, no.
No, I'm
They're not
wrong.
gonna take it, are they?
It wasn't an offside. It was a false start.
Okay.
It's a false start.
And they don't have a choice here.
2:23 left in that game.
Okay.
And it was a pick six, so there have been two defensive touchdowns.
By Whitehall.
Yes. Scoop and score on a fumble and a pick six.
Don't make mistakes against the Zephyrs.
No.
This is the... now what? We have another false start against Delaware Valley.
So this is going to end up being about a 30-yard extra point.
Yeah.
Let's look back, Craig, on that game from a year ago down at Whitehall. Devy was up 13-10 at half.
Yeah.
And, it was kind of the Pauly Weinrich show. He was playing really well. I remember there were snow flurries on that night.
It was cold.
It was real cold, and we liked those flurries. We thought it played to Devy's advantage. Low line drive kick is good. The 30-yard extra point from Everett Bell. 55-8 the score now with a little over 2 to go. But yeah, Devy went into the locker room up 13-10. Whitehall scored a touchdown in the third quarter. It was just a 4-point game going into the fourth. And then it was really all Zephyrs from that point on. They end up winning 34-12. Pauly Weinrich on the night in his final game as a Warrior, 28 carries, 149 yards. He did all he could.
Yeah.
He really did.
He tried to put the team on his back. I mean, all credit to him.
Jane Ramirez, do you remember that long reception he had? He had one catch for 58 yards. It was an incredible play. I think it was a diving effort from Ramirez, if I remember correctly.
And did he go out at that point? He got banged up in that game.
That's
I feel
right.
Like.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't think they had him in the second half.
I think you might be right. Yeah. That was a good game. It really was for a while. And
then in all honesty, let's not forget Whitehall tacked one on very late in the game.
Yeah.
When we both looked at each other and were like, why?
Oh, it was completely classless. We called it out.
The first team was on the field. It wasn't like...
And then the most ridiculous thing, too, was that kind of pooch kick.
Yes,
remember at the very
late,
end?
Right.
There was a minute to go in a 22-point game, and they essentially experimented with a long onside kick that they recovered. It just left a really bad taste in both of our mouths, and Whitehall does not have the same head coach as they had a year ago,
unfortunately.
But I'm sure some of these DV players,
they
don't care about the fact that it's a different coach. They're going to remember what happened last year.
Yes, they are.
And that game in a week is going to be here at Warriors Stadium. Probably going to be a great crowd on hand, and DV's got a real shot. We don't know a ton about Whitehall,
right?
But
we know that they play against some of the best teams in the state. So we know. Look at
they're good.
Whitehall is good. They're 7-4 or 8-4 now.
Yeah.
But look at 4 losses in that league is no joke.
Mm-hmm.
Are they as good as they were last year? We're gonna find out.
Could be a really fun game.
They did bring the quarterback back, so and he could throw it around. I'm not sure if they're as good at the rest of the skill positions as they were last year.
That running back, by the way, name was Nigel Linton. He had 3 touchdowns on the night.
He was very, very good.
And he's now at Wilkes.
Yeah,
Nigel Linton plays for Wilkes. Comets springing a nice run into DV territory. Down the sideline inside the 30, 20, 15, 10, touchdown. Comets put one on the board. It's number 30, Ethan O'Peel.
Ethan Ron O'Peel. O'Peel.
What a run.
5'5", 135-pound junior.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, he had some wheels.
He certainly did. And when we were at the pit a couple weeks ago, his parents sat right in front of us, seemed like really good people.
Awesome.
So happy to see that for Ethan. Nice long touchdown run here at the end of this one to make it 55-14.
Not sure the officials would agree.
Yeah, they're probably not too pleased about these long touchdown runs.
At the end of the game on a running clock.
If you had the over in this game, you're feeling pretty good.
Did well.
We're gonna be at 70 total points soon. That's not something you see often in DV.
They're going for
games.
2.
Ooh.
Okay.
Why?
To cover? I don't know.
Toss play to the left.
He's in. Oh, is he in?
He barely fell in.
55-10.
Dylan Yeremio
Number 19, Dylan Yeremio.
gets into the end zone for a 2-point conversion, makes it 55-16.
Abington Heights.
We've got a minute 35 to go. Again, a reminder, post-game show coming up. We'll name our Warrior of the game and move on to next week. Delaware Valley against Whitehall.
The rematch.
Yeah.
The Zephyrs will be hitting the rails northbound.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited for it.
I am, too. I really am. You know, as much as we like the variety, sometimes it's nice, you know. We'll have to see what the temperature is. Hopefully it's chilly because, you know, what they say about revenge.
Best served cold.
That's correct.
I don't think that's quite the saying, but it's the gist of it.
Revenge is a dish best served cold.
Correct. Southern Lehigh scored. It's 45-34, just 24 seconds remaining. Let's see what the forecast is for a week from tonight.
You might as well just throw some chicken bones and stones on the ground and read what comes out.
Looks like, as of now, high of 60.
What?
Low of 46. Rain.
Ooh.
Potential for a couple of showers, then a steadier rain.
That would be to Delaware Valley's advantage, in my opinion.
We'll take that. We saw rain a couple of weeks ago when these two teams faced off. A downpour for a while, and it greatly benefited Delaware Valley. The Comets could not handle the rain, and DV had almost no issue with it. Got a final kickoff here tonight. DV will get the ball. They'll kneel it down 2 or 3 times, and that'll do it. Farrell on for the kickoff. Low kick bounces around the 15, rolls inside the 10. Canale's going to pick it up at the 5. Sean will be brought down almost immediately. Just hang on to the ball. He did. Minute 26 on the clock. 2 kneel downs. That's all it's going to take here.
Canale returns it to
8 in a row.
Yeah.
Delaware Valley, they've done it.
the 10-yard line where Delaware Valley.
Tyler Bird comes out, and that's pretty neat, too. The senior Tyler Bird is going to get to take these last couple of snaps.
Yeah, these may be the last snaps that he's that he takes. It's
for sure. You're right.
Very possible.
Yep.
So. Make it last as long as you can.
Going to be a fun night and weekend for the Warriors, and then back to work as they prepare for the Zephyrs.
I tend to think that the seniors in this group, that's what they wanted.
Yeah.
They want Whitehall.
I think so, too. I would.
With the way things ended last year.
Yeah. Yeah, there was
very little doubt that the seniors in this team, that's who they want to see.
there was just no need for what happened down the stretch in that game. And at the high school level, it was frankly egregious. 55-16. That's the final score here tonight. 8 district championships in a row for Delaware Valley. What an accomplishment by Coach Olsmer and his team. They're marching on to the first round of the state playoffs. They'll host Whitehall a week from tonight, right here in Milford.
Congratulations.
We're going to take our final break. We'll come back with the post-game show, name our Warrior of the game, and look ahead to that matchup with the Zephyrs. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on Light 106.9.
Hey, it's TC at Action Bikes and Outdoor, hoping that you are having an awesome and active fall season. Our paddling season is winding down, and we are cranking up the bike riding and enjoying the fall foliage. Let us know how we can help you get outside and enjoy it too. We are offering bicycle service packages, rentals, clothing, accessories, and sweet deals on many in-stock hybrid, mountain, gravel, and BMX bikes. Whether you need advice, gear, or service, our super friendly and knowledgeable staff at Action Bikes, located in Port Jervis and Milford, is here and happy to help.
Thinking about selling your home? Call the market-leading real estate experts with an impressive 59 years of experience. Davis Archant Realtors. At Chant in Milford, they prioritize you. There are no hidden costs like tech, marketing, or administrative fees, just transparency and trust. Let them give you a free estimate of your home's value. Choose Davis Archant Realtors, where their goal is to sell your home fast at the best price. Davis Archant Realtors. Call 800-754-5860 or online at chantre.com.
Are you looking for more in this world? Are you ready for something bigger? Then we are looking for you. The big-hearted, the bold, the messy and the gutsy. The teachers, the growers, the builders. The skilled, the sharers, the change makers. We need you. We are the Peace Corps. In more than 60 countries, we go all in and all out. We are volunteers, partners, communities, working together, living together, bringing our experience, passion, and joy to building a better world together. From tackling climate change in Mexico to keeping kids healthy in Kenya, from sustainable farming in the Philippines to education in Kosovo. We learn more, give more, share freely, and serve boldly. Are you ready to tackle the tough stuff? To go the distance to make a difference? Then we have a place where you belong. Join us at peacecorps.gov.
You're listening to Warriors football on Light 106.9.
If you're just joining us, welcome. DV did it. 55-16. They win another district title, taking down the Abington Heights Comets. Alongside Craig Brown, I'm Jake Graziano. It's time for the post-game show. And, let's just start at the top with Warrior of the Game. Let's start it right away because this player deserves to be mentioned at the top.
Well, I mean, if you're going to ride a player, you might as well ride the guy that's got the name Ryder.
I like it.
Ryder Machado, 5 touchdowns tonight. He was clearly the best player on the field this evening.
5 touchdowns. This is his 5th time winning Warrior of the Game this year.
Yeah,
That's nice.
Seems prophetic.
It does.
In a sense.
And that pick 6 late in the first half was something special.
Yeah, there was 3 plays he made tonight that I thought were like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we talked about there was that 32-yard run here.
Yeah,
I don't know how he turned that into 32 yards, and that reception,
the
too.
The 29-yard reception.
It's ridiculous. And also, it's amazing, too, that other great catch he made on a beautiful throw from Logan Olsmer. That play is like not even remembered.
Right, we don't even think about that.
Yeah, that was nothing. That was like his 5th best play of the night, and that would have been a highlight play for most guys for their season.
Yeah, and that was after he had carried the ball 3 straight times before it. So he was gassed on that play.
Yeah, and he came walking off to the sideline, and then Isolino checked in, and he took one in. So
yeah,
it was a great night for the Warriors. There was some slop.
There was
in the
definite
third
slop
quarter.
In the third quarter, and I think again the passing game wasn't great tonight. I think Coach Olsmer tried a few things different tonight.
Yeah,
that didn't work very well, and it may just be because they haven't done it enough, essentially, right? They haven't done it in live play.
Yeah.
And those plays didn't seemingly work all that well this evening. I get it. He's trying to put something new on tape, and he's trying to get a little bit of a little wrinkle for other teams to look at. We'll see what happens next week.
We will. It's going to be Whitehall. First, before we wrap things up, I want to give a shout-out to Abington Heights. They had a good season.
Yeah.
And that's a program that had been... That is a great program. I'll start off by saying that, but they had been down for about 5 years.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pride in that program.
There certainly is.
For good reason.
Yeah.
I mean, historically speaking, there's been a lot of good football teams that came out of that school district over the years.
And they fall short here tonight, but they got themselves back to respectability this year. And if you're the Abington Heights football program, the future is bright. Nick Bradley still has 2 more years. And they've got other good players around him, too. So things are building back up after some real struggles. And the Comets end their season this year 7-5. Get back to the district title game. They were not in the same class as Delaware Valley this year. That was obvious in the 2 meetings between the 2 teams. But I think if you're Coach Repschus and the rest of that staff and all those players, you can hold your head high knowing that this was a successful season.
Yeah, and honestly, in that first half, if a couple plays go the other way, if they don't have a couple of those drops, there's a couple things here and there that could have been a 1 or 2 score at the half kind of game.
Yeah, and then who knows? You're at that point, you're putting way more pressure on Delaware Valley. Right. It was definitely a closer game tonight than the score shows. Also, Nick Bradley gets knocked out early in the third quarter, and at that point, the Comets really didn't have anything offensively. Mason Fedor, one of the best receivers, if not the best, in all of District 2. He didn't play tonight, so the Comets were really limited by the end of this game, and they still were out there fighting hard.
Yeah, there's no doubt that they came to play tonight. And I think what Coach Olsmer said in the beginning, pregame was true. The one thing they had to worry about was complacency. Mm-hmm. And I think you saw, for the most part, like the senior leadership in this team was not complacent tonight. Justin Kalitznik was rip-roaring and ready to go. And they didn't take the game lightly. And they took advantage of some of the mistakes that Abington made.
Yeah, Justin Kalitznik, we didn't even get to mention this. He ends up with an 82-yard touchdown run, which was probably like the 6th most meaningful play of the game somehow. But Kalitznik, he's had a couple of really explosive plays over the last month, and I think he's going to play a big role a week from tonight.
I do as well, because that Whitehall is job number 1 is going to be stop number 1.
Yep.
Ryder Machado is going to be marked man next week.
Yeah.
So you're going to have some production from other guys.
Yeah, it's going to be key for Kalitznik, and like you said, throughout the night, getting that passing game going a little bit more will be a big deal, too.
Yeah, Aiden Black and Jaden Ramirez are going to have to be involved in the offense next week.
So it is official, Delaware Valley against Whitehall right here at Warriors Stadium in a week. It's a rematch of last year's game. DV gets to face the team that knocked them out a year ago. That is a rare opportunity, and one that I'm sure they are super excited about. Whitehall is a good team. They're 8-4. Craig talked about it. They play a gauntlet of a schedule, and they come in having had a real test tonight. Southern Lehigh had them down by 11 in the third quarter, and then they responded with 28 unanswered points. So Whitehall's probably super fired up. I mean, they were, your season, your backs are up against the wall, and now you're going to come in, second life, and they're going to be ready to go.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. The Zephyrs will come prepared to play. It's going to be 4 quarters of football next week. It's not going to be. It's not going to be this 55-16. Yeah. It's going to be a battle.
Yeah, it could end up being the best game of the year. We'll see. It's going to be super fun, and we hope that you're joining us here on Light 106.9. Before we end our broadcast here tonight, we've got some people to thank. Everyone who made this possible on this Friday evening. We'd like to thank head coach Keith Olsmer for taking some time pregame, and congrats to Coach. 8 consecutive district titles. What an accomplishment by him and his staff. We'd also like to thank everyone here at Delaware Valley. They take care of us so well. We love calling games here at Warriors Stadium. We're going to get another one in a week. I'd also like to thank Gavin Burt. What a job he does, as always, running the board. And Cassie Joyce, who stepped in for a little bit today. And, hey, that transitions right into Cassie Joyce and Emma Chancho, who had those two halftime interviews, getting to talk to the girls' volleyball and girls' soccer teams. Super good job by them all throughout the season. Thanks to the Light 106.9 management and staff. Without you, we wouldn't have this outlet to broadcast. Also, all of our sponsors, Olsmer's Tree Farm, Action Bikes and Outdoor, Primetime Meats, Davis Archant Realtors, the law firm of Zimmerman and Oliger, and Olsmer Clark Insurance. We had quite a few Olsmer Clark Insurance drive summaries tonight. As DV wins 55-16, they take down the Abington Heights Comets. They win their 8th consecutive district title in a row, and they move on to the first round of states, where they will host the Whitehall Zephyrs in a week. That's going to do it for us here tonight. We thank you for joining us on this Friday evening. For Craig Brown, I'm Jake Graziano. This has been Delaware Valley High School football on Light 106.9.